So anyway, welcome to the Keepers of the Golden Gate session 84 of all the numbers to have. It's this one. And it is the 26th of March 2021. I'm the GM, and here is also the players.
Hiya, I'm Adrian, and I play Arya Bluebird, the half-elf druid.
Hello, I'm Sean, and I play Bastiel, the Warforged cleric.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and I play Isla, the tiefling sorcerer.
Hi, I'm Carrie, and I play Serene, the Furball Granger.
Excellent. And I'm me, still, at the end of the list. So, what do you remember from last time?
Oh,
Oh,
lots of things.
First Scott.
Cromwell was talking to Magna a bit more, and then he bounced him away. He was like, "Go away now, bored of you." Ars also got bounced
lots
away
of bouncing.
by the white. The white was like, "Get out of my place. This is my mountain now. Leave."
Yes. Send it up to the snow, the top of the mountain.
And then, where else? Crombar got sent to the top of the mountain as well, by the way. Once he got back to Forge. And Crombar went to Anvil. We don't know where John Bella is.
No.
We told her to find us in what's essentially a strip club.
The quick gooseberry. Yeah.
The quick gooseberry indeed, yep.
Yeah. Magna has an archmage called Rasira in Horizon, who then Crumbar went to again. So Crumbar went everywhere.
And he seems very determined to write down everything Crumbar tells him, which might not be the best of ideas, but hey.
I know, Crumbar's telling him everything. Again.
Rasira Abradicus, that was him. Rasira Abradicus.
Yeah.
I did write down his full name
Nice.
in the NPC list.
Thank you.
Oh. Bastiel made a deal, sort of thing.
Oopsie.
He did.
I know, Bastiel was fully
Committed.
Slaughter Pact. Became Dexter, killer of killers.
Oh god.
Hela, the dwarven. Well, I don't know if it is Hela or we're just referring as shorthand. Is it officially Hela?
Yeah, it's Hela.
Okay.
Yep.
So the dwarven god of death agreed that if I paid back the death count and then kept paying it back forever, she'd mass revivify all of the dwarfs that we lost.
I mean, that's a lot of dwarves.
Yeah.
Big
You'd
energy.
be killing a lot of people. It's the amount of what you kill. Can you go out and just go to the forest or kill a bunch of ants? That would work.
Oh, see, I was going to go squirrels. I don't know why I hate squirrels so much.
Squirrels would be harder than humans.
Can you imagine Bastiel
Trying to
for the
catch
end
them.
of his days just being the bane of squirrels?
Yeah.
Prompting squirrel
Amazing.
evolution against Warforged.
Arms race. Yeah.
I can only say one thing. That's nuts. Anyway, anything else happen?
Jesus.
I know. I went there.
Nice.
I had that during Crumbar's conversation to Magna sort of claimed that the prophecy might be made up. And restated that the Black Fang Spear was his property.
Yeah, he called dibs first. Yeah.
He's very possessive.
I know, imagine having a title like Wizard King of the World. You know.
Yeah.
Oh dear. So I got my list of actors down to 2 people, by the way, for Rasira. So I might just let you guys pick who you want to play him, right? So I'll put them in Discord, right? Give me 2 wee seconds to get my other picture. Let's see, where is this other picture? Okay, so I like.
Dun, dun, dun.
Tension. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I also really liked this one, which is in a movie soon.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Right, and I couldn't decide which one.
I
I'll be
think-
perfectly honest, because they both work from the visual I have in my head, and they're both great actors. So Oded Freyer or Dev Patel.
See, I think that the images are kind of like skewing at least my choice because we already see Dev Patel dressed up in like something that's a bit. Oh, actually, he's the agent of Magna, not of the Blue. Never mind.
Also, somebody did art of that
Okay.
as
He does
well,
a-
which
That's
is
some
awesome.
great art.
Right?
Actually,
Ooh,
I
yeah.
think I'm leaning towards Dev.
Right?
yeah, to be honest, me too.
Yeah.
It just
I like Oded, but I think like I originally thought of Dev Patel originally. And then it's when I was I never posted anything up, so I thought I'll think about it for the week, you know. And then as the week went on, oh, Oded Freyer is amazing. Why not him? Just because I think the name Rasira really does inspire that kind of almost, you know, this isn't a white guy, you know, in my head. So yeah.
Oh, fair point.
Mm-hmm.
He's also beautiful.
I mean, both of
they're
them are,
both
yeah.
they're both beautiful.
But the images I shared of Dev Patel, it's the Green Knight movie that's like it's been delayed so far.
Oh,
and
really?
It looks so good. Yeah, it looks so good.
I feel like I read some of that poem in uni.
What's in the Mummy? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Magic.
Oded's from the Mummy in that one. Yeah,
Yes, okay, gotcha.
and Dev Patel's from
I
the
knew
Green
he'd
Knight.
been in the Mummy, but I couldn't remember if that's the look he had in the. I need to rewatch it.
It's such a good film.
It's in fact a great film.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know it is.
I love it. I love it so
It's
much.
the sort of thing that I genuinely like. I'm not gonna lie. You know how you have some questions towards people to kind of like judge if you can be friends or not. That's one of the things for me. I'm like, what is your opinion on the film The Mummy?
Another one of
not the weird one with Tom Cruise.
Liked it.
There's also
Well,
this.
yeah.
Oh yeah, let's go
So
with
is
Dev.
he? Do we think he's Gwaine?
I think
Do we
so.
think he's the Green Knight?
Because
have questions.
I don't think he's the Green Knight, but
No.
I'd happily be mistaken.
Swing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like it as him as Gwaine though. That would be cool. I wish to look up this movie now.
Like, yeah, I'm excited for it because that just sounds brilliant, actually, and Dev Patel's great as an actor. So, like, there's another screenshot from it as well. God, it looks so good.
Oh.
Looks so good.
Epic. Middle English, Old English?
I'd say Old English.
Old
right?
poem.
Yeah.
I feel like it is Old English because I feel we looked at it at the same time we were looking at Old Scots. So that would make sense.
I would definitely consider Old English, but maybe, I don't know, maybe some people with a more accurate, relevant skill set might disagree. You know, but it's essentially like, I think because it vibes in Arthurian stuff, like, yeah, and obviously old pagan stuff.
Yes.
Either way, that was the thought process I went into who I was casting. So there you go. So I think Dev Patel won that, it sounds like.
Yeah, solid.
Yeah, I think it's a good choice. But I was, as I said, it was the look both of them had. I'm like, yeah, it's one of them. It's definitely one of them. So there we go. We've cast Rasira. Nice. And as you have decided as of last week that makes them unkillable. So you've had your chance.
I'm updating the NPC list to appearance, saying Dev Patel in The Green Man. Done. It's official.
Ta-ta. And alas, Scott is having trouble joining us, but he can be with us in stream spirit.
He'll listen.
Yeah.
He's just off talking to Osira while the rest of them.
I like how you said I like the one with Tom Cruise as well. Bless you, Scott. Bless you. I really wanted to like the third Mummy movie that had Michelle Yeoh in it because I love Michelle Yeoh, and Jet Li as well, to be fair. And I thought
Only mummy films are the first two. That's it.
Yeah, I agree, because I watched it for those two and I went, I feel like if you just lifted those two and put them in a movie about whatever they were doing, separate to the other cast members of that movie, it would have worked better than calling it The Mummy 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I don't think it would have made it any better, but I definitely watched that, I think in Thailand, and there were no English subtitles. So all the bits that happens in Mandarin, I didn't understand.
To be honest, there was very little to understand. But,
yeah, that's what I felt.
I watched Pan's Labyrinth in Spanish with French subtitles, and I speak neither of those languages. And I still thoroughly enjoyed that movie a lot.
It's beautiful.
Because it's so fucking well made, right? Let's face it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so besides that, what else happened last time? Or is that everything?
I think that's it.
I think that's all I had. Serene did some good questioning and got people to say that Petrovangers might be ill, ?
That's true.
But they seem really chill about it.
Yeah, they're like, he's ill.
Yeah.
That was about it. No one seemed very concerned about him.
If he was just ill, why have they changed their freaking colors and armor and such?
This is the second city where someone's missing, and no one really seems to care. It's happened twice.
I think
Magic was involved in the previous one, so
the other occasion somebody covered it up very well on purpose because he does magic and doesn't want people to know he's not as powerful. But this, I don't know. I mean, there's a part of me that just thinks the White just killed him, but she's just telling everybody he's ill so that.
But that's like a short game, right? That runs out eventually. You know.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think there could be more magic, a similar situation.
He was so ill, he eventually died. But it's fine. I've been ruling you for a while. You know it's well. So we're just gonna carry on like this, right?
In that way, where people slowly poison people, and so when they you go, oh well, they were ill for ages.
All right.
Sneaky.
Okay, let's have a look through goals then, shall we? Let's review some of those that are in place. We currently have use our dex resources to find out more about the eye, confirm if the White is trustworthy, learn the artifact's name and use. Ermos, time traveler or imposter. I like it because it's like a novella. It sounds like, doesn't it? Successfully.
I'd read that.
Same, to be honest, but I'd probably have to write it first. Successfully commune with the High Druid. And we've got some personal goals as well. Arya has seek info, possibly utilizing Mistress of the Flame. Bastiel gained fire immunity for an audience with the red. And Crumbar has learned who took the Rod of Power off of Vishal. Isla has compare notes with Resira to gain something actionable. And Serene has find out what plane Justoria is on, if she's on a plane at all. Something snakes. So, I think what we open up with is a cutscene. Everybody. I know.
Whoa.
I know, big energy here, right? And it's the throne room. With the White snarling as she stands.
Oh yeah.
And Crumbar and Resira and Ars. And the very, very quick cold snap of the room where I think all the dragons that are lying sleeping on the piles of gold and platinum wake up based on everything just having that nice layer of frost that appears over it instantaneously. As they crack open, the I'm not going to say a cold one, don't worry. Crack open the thin veneer of frost that, as they shake it off with their necks and stuff, and then just open their eyes as if woke from their sleep, look up at the situation, and then just all of them paying attention now, right? In the sense of something might happen that they might need to be, alert for, shall we say. And yeah, there's that. You then have a Crumbar about to speak, as Resira just puts a hand on his chest and steps forward and says, Winter Queen, we have much to discuss. I'm aware of the impolite way we have appeared. However, my long-term friend here, hopefully, meant no offence by our transgression here. And if need be, you may send him away. And the white just like narrows her eyes in the scene, and then just looks at Crumbar and looks at Ars, and then just waves her hand, and they vanish. And she looks back at Rasira and says, "Then speak." And we cut back to you guys in the quick gooseberry.
Crumbar can get frequent flyer miles.
Oh my god, it's everywhere.
Oh dear. This Pokemon Go is going to be crazy with its geo app. Oh dear. So yeah, what you guys up to?
Okay. We were all in our own rooms, weren't we? We got like 4 rooms or something, didn't we?
Yeah, you've all got rooms, yep.
Yeah. I think we just wanted our spells back at this point, right?
Yeah, you just wanted like a long rest basically, so I'd say we,
yes.
we can be
I don't
past...
think we'd know.
We
Yeah,
can,
so we've...
Yeah, we can be long past that, yeah.
So it's
Cool.
the next morning.
I get 2 of my socks back.
Hell yeah!
I'm going to swap some stuff and send you the spell list.
Please do. And anybody that does have to deal with spell lists, which is mostly just Arya and Bastiel, please send me your new ones for the date. Yeah.
I get my sorcery points back. Whoop whoop.
It's just nice to recharge, isn't it? It's always nice to recharge. Sorcery points are the shit. Yeah, you're right. They are great. Okay, so
Get some spells.
besides blood packs with death gods, what's everyone up to the next day?
I want to cast one of my spells on my tuning.
Well, Isla would have gotten up quite early, and assuming that this place probably doesn't provide breakfast, we'll have tried to go out to find breakfast for everyone.
I mean, if you ask them to get you food, they probably will, right? Like, it does serve food, it's just, yeah.
Well, they had a late night. They don't need to be woken up early. Like,
We have dinner for breakfast.
I don't know that's as good as breakfast for dinner. But sure.
It's great.
Depends what you have for dinner. I mean, hello.
That's
pizza.
true. That's true. Sure. Can I go and find a pizza for breakfast?
Sure, why not?
The old dwarvish pizza.
Yeah.
Stone baked, I think.
Oh.
Oh dear.
And then she'll kind of stand awkwardly in the middle of the 4 doors going, I knock on first. Serene. Serene feels like she'd want pizza for breakfast.
Yes. I would eagerly answer the door. Like, oh, hello. I've been up a while actually. I didn't know whether I should wake anyone.
Same. I know. It's very awkward. I've tried to find breakfast. I found pizza. I think it's a dwarven delicacy. I've never tried it before.
Oh, it's like bread with things on it. Ooh.
Maybe if we're loud enough.
The others will wake up and
Yeah.
they'll come out.
Let's just keep...
That would be good.
I love the idea that yours are talking about who's been up the longest and Bastille doesn't sleep. Like, I love that, though. He's just waited in his room.
I don't know if we know that.
That little animated cross sign with a pulse on his
Got no idea what Bastiel even is, to be honest. I'm so confused by
It's a
him.
halfling in a mech. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 halflings in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Made of metal.
Yeah. Dwarven trench coat, it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah. So I think after some time, you all meet in someone's room, I guess. Or you can just head into the main, common room, I guess, if you wanted. Also, Arya, that's not how we do this. Sorry, Adri. Like, admin-wise, you send me a screenshot of your spell page. That's what you do with the red ticks.
Gotcha.
I'd probably head downstairs just because I'm curious if there's still dances in the morning.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, you head into like the main kind of room, and can you roll perception for me?
Ooh.
I can.
Ooh.
Thank you.
How exciting.
Yeah. First roll of the night.
Perception.
So
Ooh.
there's the same amount of people in here, but they're all different, and the dancers are different.
Oh.
24 hours.
But it's as if it's just like when you came in. Other than the fact that
24-hour strip club.
Can't be quick if you're asleep.
Buffet.
So we go with our pizza, find a table. To be fair, it's underground. Like, time is a construct.
Right.
I really feel...
Do they serve tea?
Yeah.
I'd like a tea.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the morning. Just
With mountain water as well, of all things. Yes. But yeah, whoever's on shift at this particular time. Also, I quite like that method of sharing the request sheet there, Shan. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Can you do the same as pin it in the chat though for me again? In our private chats, just so it's stapled. Adri, can you pin that one as well for me? Just so it's perfect. Just if I ever have to search back for it, I can just look through those. Saves you as well.
Yeah.
Thank you. As I said, you only need to do it when you change them out. Yeah. It's just a quicker way of finding them if we have to scroll back through. Perfect, thank you guys. And the admins of spell lists, because Roll20 hasn't fixed that part yet. One day they will listen. But yeah, so use find a table. I feel like there would be some kind of music, I just don't know what. I really don't know what would be playing. So just think of some kind of dwarven ambience. There you go. There's what you're getting to work with user imagination.
Kaylee band.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely a Kaylee band.
And there was like a din of conversation and muttering, but mostly people staring at the dancers. And you get yourself a table. And obviously you've got your... We'll just assume you've ordered drinks and food and stuff, so someone feel free to lose a gold per person to that, whoever's wanting to pay for...
We'll pay.
Yeah. Yeah. These are there.
Is there any sign of Dondrabella?
No. There is not any sign of Dondrabella at all. But you do spot the fact that there is another human in here, sat at a table, also just like a mug of something, just almost nursing it. You know, in that kind of, they clearly feel awkward here, but they're just here regardless. So you spot that because this place is full of like dwarves. So it's you guys, everybody else is a dwarf, and then this other person.
Is the forge kind of place where a non-dwarf, they're like
stands out?
You have to be quite important.
Yeah, you need to be super important because forge is only open to dwarves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember. Okay.
Yeah. It's why Arya being in like nobility now is a big deal for her because she's now able to come into forge and she could technically sign people in now, like the whatever that guy's beard name was.
Oh yeah.
Deepmane or whatever his name was. Yeah. Yeah. So you basically need to be like vouched for to get into forge.
Oh wow.
So I've essentially become the diplomat.
Yeah.
Just want to start off real quick off the back of where's Dondrabella. I'll pat Isla on the shoulder like smack, and I'll say I've made the preparations. I can muster about 25 words. Is that okay?
Oh, that sounds perfect. What do we think? Just where are you? That's 3.
Where are you? We're here.
No, we should be specific. We are in the Quick Gooseberry Tavern.
Yes.
At table 1, 2, 3, 4, 7? I think we're table 7.
I love the idea that she wouldn't find you in here. I love the concept.
Will you come here, or shall we meet you somewhere?
Oh, that's good, because they can reply, Bastiel, can't they?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, perfect. Because we can always offer to meet her back at her library. Library.
Eyes
You just want to
sparkle.
go to the library.
Well, no,
That's it.
I do want to find Dondra, but there is also a library involved. I'm sorry. But mainly Dondra. I do that like awkward side eye of like, no, I totally mean that.
Okay. I think that I can make about 25 words.
Okay.
From that. Okay. Okay. Bastiel will kind of stare off into the distance, of course. Place one hand to one temple, and he'll think about Crumbar as he casts Sending.
Okay. And then you get screamed at by somebody over at the bar as soon as you start to chant. Oh, Oi!
What, are you scared?
They tap the sign. It goes, under that! And it says, no casting, no chanting, no football colours.
Oh, so it's like no cell phones.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
That's amazing.
And then they can wave their hand dismissively at the door. And I do that nonsense, go outside.
Of course. I understand.
Yeah. You can just literally leave and do the thing outside if you want, by the way.
You should be just like a smoke break.
Yeah.
So I'll go outside and smoke. Cast the spell and come back in.
Good point. Like, being an adventurer for so long, I don't have to be normal. In the SAF. Like, okay. Right, of course.
So yeah, you go up,
Cast on
get
the
outside.
walkout.
Yep. And is it Crumbar you want to send to? Because that's what you said to me.
Yeah, I've got enough for Crumbar and Dondra.
Okay, yeah. I will state though that you are unlikely to get a reply from Crumbar, so do you maybe want to save that for when he's back? And by that I mean Scott.
Oh, yeah.
Because narrative looks used. I will do what I can to not RP someone's character if I can, hence why the white folded him away somewhere for 8 hours. What possible trouble could Scott cause in 8 hours unsupervised, guys?
Oh no.
Okay.
8 seconds, right?
Maybe he just gets trapped in the transportation magic again.
Yeah, well,
I've been flying for 8 hours!
Time works differently. That's what it is.
Sorry, what was that, Bastille?
the GW wouldn't let him die. He's fine. We'll just assume he's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll see in 8 hours.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Dondra then.
Yeah, cool. So you've hit up sending, and what is it you want to say? Just basically the gist of what was said there, because I remember most of that. So.
Okay, yeah. Dondra, where are you? On our way to your library.
It's like basically, Dondra, where do you want to meet? We're here.
Yeah.
That was the gist of it, right? Basically.
You can reply.
Yeah. What length's the reply? Is it still 25 words or?
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Answer in a like manner immediately. Okay, cool. Okay. So you burn that spell, and then the reply you get immediately is, "Oh, this is disconcerting." Well, this is disconcerting. And then I'll meet you in my library. There's 10 at specified time. Insert here. Which is just a time later. Okay, so let's just call it 2 hours from now.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go. You seemed worried there. Also, it was Dondra that replied.
Yeah. My old thud probably heard from the inside as a giant metal man's back hits the kind of wall of the tavern.
Uh-huh.
He's like, because I was thinking the whole time she was in the droves. So, yeah.
He's alive at least.
Yeah.
Okay, this was Dondra spoke to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh.
Okay.
Just go back in. Just head elsewhere.
Stick a hand in, stick a thumb. I'm not going to eat or drink or anything, so don't need to be in there. I'm going to kind of.
Do
I'm gonna go and
come
see
back in and tell us?
Yeah, from the door. Just stick my hand in, and I'll be like, thumbs up. I know where she is.
Does that mean go up? Is he pointing?
Yeah, I use my thumb as a pointer. I kind of point it towards you, and then towards the door, and then follow me. Let's go.
Yeah, Arya's gonna like explain. Kind of like, this weird hand gestures, and that this means no, and you know.
Oh really? I'm gonna start writing it down.
Never ever make this sign, and you know. She'll and Ariel's kind of like, you know, like pulling at her robes, kind of like hiding her hand, but like just part of it.
I know, like here around.
Like, she'll kind of like be making signs, but inside her, like making rude signs, but inside her cloak.
Oh right, yes. I see.
From her side, like take this one or this one, and
Do you know the history of?
But why?
No.
Okay.
Well, I've seen Crumbar make a lot of these signs, so I just know they're bad.
All right.
You know, just judging from the reaction that people had and such, but no, I have no idea why. I mean, it's just the ways in which your fingers can move, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, but best to just best to refrain, if not sure. Just saying. But yeah, he just meant that it's okay, and I'll kind of like nudge people towards the exit, and, like nod to like the barkeep as a thank you bye sort of gesture.
As we start to move, I'll try and like whisper to Arya. If you're concerned about the city reacting to Petrovangis' disappearance, maybe asking someone who's not from the city could give us another read. Just because I think that's the only other non-dwarf we've seen.
That human.
Did you shout human?
Human. And I pointed right at them. Yeah.
Go and say hi. Yes.
I think like this person looks over and nods as if acknowledges that you've asked for them, and then they stand up and like awkwardly excuse themselves in front of people, a bit like the way you'd cross people in the cinema, as he gets out of the way of people's dancing view, and shuffles away over.
Arya's probably turned a bit red because a bit embarrassed.
We've just done that thing of like, don't look at them, but that person, and then all looked at them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so this fairly well dressed human shuffles their way over, and they look at you, and they say,
Arya's probably scratching the back of her head, like people when are a bit uncomfortable.
like, oh shucks. Yeah, and this person looks at all of you, and they say, perhaps it's best we spoke outside. It's a bit loud in here. Nods. And just kind of like he just like shuffles through awkwardly between you all and leaves.
just follow them out. Yeah.
Him. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to make sure he makes it back inside though.
As you roll outside, and there's like some awkward dwarves look at you all as they're like trying to shuffle past and go in without making eye contact. Like clearing their throat and such, pulling their cloaks around them.
It has very good word of mouth, this place. Enjoy!
He barks something in Dwarven back at you.
What does he say?
So he says, mind your own business.
I go, you mind yours.
I will. And
oh wow.
The person obviously that shuffled out kind of like turns around and is like slowly like rubbing their hands almost absent-mindedly, and he says, so you're not dwarves? And looks at you all.
What's this?
Hello there. Yes, apologies.
No, we're not.
We may have started our interaction in a slightly awkward way.
Nonsense, I was wondering how to introduce myself earlier anyway. My name is Rasira Bradicus, and he kind of like just shakes all your hands whether you wanted it or not.
Oh no.
Oh, no, be careful.
Hello.
I'll definitely stick my hand right out, like, hello. Yes, I'm Serene. Nice to meet you.
And it's like nothing. It's like, yes, an absolute
Hello.
pleasure.
I try and get rid of any static electricity.
And
I kind of awkwardly go, I'm sorry.
And he kind of looks at you all as if like taking in the group. And goes, huh. Fey touched, as he gestures to Arya, Furbolg, Tiefling, and handmaid. He looks at you, Bastiel, and like kind of like quite almost like he's asking, right? Handmaid.
Bastiel squints his eyes. Can I insight him?
For what? What are you trying to gauge?
What's this guy's angle?
He's just returning the favor. We yelled
We just
human.
pointed at
Yeah.
Human.
Yeah. So I was just about to say is that yes, I suppose it does make sense that you would return our slightly uncanny gesture.
And he kind of like he waves dismissively and he goes, "Not at all. Merely just pleasantries, formalities. But really though, a handmade, crafted, born this way." He looks you up and down.
Something like that.
Ah. He just stares at you for like maybe like a longer moment than is comfortable, and then turns back to the group and goes, "It seems like we wanted each other's attention. Then this is convenient.
Yes, this is quite interesting to.
I know your
You
orc
know,
friend." And he
stumble
waves
upon-
behind him vaguely.
You know. And then Arya's a bit confused because why would he know Crumbar?
He's not around right now. Can we take a message?
So
The answering machine.
how do you know Amber?
He was in Anvil, and I had to speak with him, so we spoke.
In
Who went
Anvil?
to Anvil then? Yes.
Maybe.
It was ages ago.
Not really an answer.
Kelly looks at you, blinks, and goes, "The reason I was seeking you out is because I believe you share his quest. This assembly of some artifact based on some prophecy, based on some queen."
Yes.
Oh,
I think when you say like, yes, like kind of almost conspiratorially to shut it down, he just like almost like ducks down a little bit and like darts his head to left and right as if expecting something to fly over it.
Bastiel just nods slightly, like, yeah, that now you're thinking.
oh wow.
And he told you about all that.
Yes. And he just like magics his big massive pile of parchments out, and he like flicks through them all and then lifts out one and goes, "Here!" And he points to like, as you all remember from when Crumbar did just literally tell him everything.
Yeah.
It's the almost transcript of that.
Oh yes, I see his grammar. It's definitely Crumbar.
No, this guy was writing.
But he's word for word. It's definitely Crumbar.
Okay. Yeah, speech patterns and stuff.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
Gotcha. Well, yes, I'm surprised he had the time to relay this all of this
Amount as
to
in information.
yourself. I would have thought he would rush back here.
Anna, can I ask
How
what's
did you meet him?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
What was it you actually asked? You both spoke at the same time.
How is it that you've met?
Oh, as I said, he was in Anvil and we had to speak, so we spoke. And then he shared this with me, and he like, tries to like grab all the papers out of the air and just kind of pile them back up into under his arm.
Do you know what was bringing him to Anvil? Obviously, at this point, Arya is thinking that Crumbar may have decided to go speak to Oradak without us. And she's a bit confused as to why he'd do that without us. Just, do you know how he ended up in Anvil? Didn't really expect him to go there. I thought he would come back.
Well, naturally, he was on top of a mountain and then decided to relocate to somewhere more hospitable. He just nods.
Look at Isla, expecting her to probably have read everything instantly.
Yeah, I've been trying to read as much as I can.
I think
I can see.
Like as he's like collected all of his papers in his room, and like if you were like reading at the time, he will just offer you the pile. You wish to read?
Oh my
by
God.
all
Oh,
means.
of course. You keep talking.
Can I ask what's your interest in the the artifact that we're trying to make? Which kind of whispers and leans in a bit.
As you tower over him. And he goes, well, you see, my patron, he whispers, the Wizard King of the world. And he kind of like winks at that.
Like a note in her own book.
And he says, assigned me the new Archmage of Horizon. Thus, I am here to help seal the breach, and I was informed by my patron, the Wizard King of the world, winks again, that yous were doing this and could benefit from some help.
Oh, well, yes. Help would be very much appreciated. I know that it's I know all of us really want to get that the breach closed. So how how are you going to help us?
Quite simply, I will lend my skills to you, and yous will lend your skills to me, and together it shall just be done.
Can I ask sorry, what are your skills?
I am the Archmage of Horizon.
Yes, but what does that mean?
And kind of goes, oh, I've never been asked that before. What does it mean? And he starts like rubs his hand like through his facial hair. He goes, well, I guess it means I'm in charge of Horizon.
Well, I thought that Justoria was in charge of Horizon.
Yes, she was the old Archmage of Horizon, but with all that business with her going missing, it best needed some kind of, regent of sorts,
Oh, so you're like the substitute.
I would say replacement, yes. Nods.
Okay.
Oh, Wrath feels nervous about this kind of
Right.
Magnus spy so close to us. He's going to take like 10 steps back, lean up against the bar, and kind of just...
I like that idea 10 steps back is obviously if your back's against the wall of the building, and you just walk up backwards the wall, back right round, and you're just back to where you're standing.
It's like in a game when you're walking into a wall.
Yeah. Invisible wall.
You end up just backing into the guy's back. Whoops.
10 steps away from him in a direction. And I'll start working on augury.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh.
What's the plan?
that?
What was that?
What's the plan? Talk me through it.
I want to ask Celeste if aiding this man now will what's the word? Like harm our journey to assembling the artifact. Like if we take him as an ally.
Okay. Right, you. So you burn that, you burn whatever amount of money and tokens and nonsense and everything else you need to for that. You mark off your other spell slot, and yeah. I think for everybody else's perspective, Bastiel zones out for a bit, right? What's everybody else doing with the Rasira?
Arya's thinking he's perhaps not had enough, not sleep, like, we're
Charge.
not acting that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's
Reboot time. If Isla's finished reading, she'll hand the notes back.
I don't know. How quickly can Isla read?
Oh no, pretty quickly.
Yeah,
book nerd. I don't know.
that's fine. Yeah, like I feel like you can have perused it. It's basically like if you just recall everything Scott had said last session that was noted down. Yeah,
That's all there.
There's lots of like annotations from Rasira that just point out to like, almost like this is something I need to look up on, and this is maybe something we should do research, and is this related to this? And it's like his own little annotations that he's put through it as well. Nothing that's really going to be gleaning any new information. This is just like almost like his setup.
Initial notes of,
how I'm going to tackle the problem. Yes.
Yes.
No conclusions or anything yet.
Yeah.
You hand them back and he just like, takes them from you and then they just vanish in magic.
Oh, that does seem very useful. So if you're the replacement Archmage, what were you doing before?
Technically, I'm the first Archmage because the princess never quite held the title Archmage, so if anything, I am indeed a new frontier.
Oh, founder of the title. How exciting.
Okay, like bows, like full majestically, like he's over elaborately, like yes, but there's a lot of work to do, you see, maintaining the security of everything. And he waves vaguely.
Oh yes, we have visited Horizon. It, I imagine, takes a lot of maintaining.
My purview actually extends beyond Horizon into all of the kingdoms. Thus, all of the cities fall within my protection.
Oh.
All of the kingdoms.
Interesting.
All of the kingdom. It's...
Oh, I was a bit confused for a second. Yes, that makes sense. So Crumbar secured the aid of your patron in this.
I would say that
Never.
my patron asked me to secure myself with you. And he smiles.
Arya does that thing that birds sometimes do when they're a bit confused. She kind of like tilts her head to the side to kind of like, if I look at him from this angle, make more sense.
Is patron as a key word, like, is that lingo in this world, like warlock patron?
That's lingo in every world as somebody who supports you.
But not like, is he saying it like my...
No, because you're thinking 5e terminologies, and that handbook isn't in this world.
So it's more like, works for.
Yeah.
It's just the notion that used to be where like rich people would support starving artists so that they could do their craft.
Or that he would be considered the Archmage if Magna didn't say he was the Archmage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, power bestowed versus power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because he's fixating on that. What? I've got a suspicion.
Yeah, I mean, what would you want to say? Boss? Like...
Yeah, it feels less.
Daddy.
Is Mana Daddy?
Sugar Daddy.
Yeah. To be fair, Warlocks
well,
have
he
Mana
did
Daddies.
literally create all the money, so...
I mean, yeah, right? Yeah.
He's everybody's...
Sugar Daddy. There we go, there's the game. You solved it. Magna was the world's Sugar Daddy. All you ever asked for. Okay, as you are having your chats with them, right? We've got enough time for Bastiel. Seem to have happened now. So Bastiel, you find yourself, as you're slowly walking away, you start casting Augury to have a wee, what the fuck is this guy's deal, and is it good or bad? And you find yourself stepping into, obviously, the Celestial Nexus.
Oh god. He kind of drops all kind of composure, and he's stressed out now. He's thinking, I did not mean to pull you away from whatever you were doing. He's saying this into space. That doesn't do that. You know it doesn't do that.
And then, as if she was there the whole time, you see the hooded woman in the centre, and you just like feel the voice echo around the room in her way, as she stares at you with her red eyes, and she says, I thought we had a discussion about how you could commune with me.
Well, this is new. I've done this a number of times. What's different
I
today?
am aware of the frequency. You have beseeched me. Gestures to herself. I thought I told you to live.
Well, once again, as always, I'm at an impasse.
She nods. Like she knows.
Wait, you see what I see?
I have seen what you have seen.
Magna or the White Dragon?
She laughs. And she says, who do you trust?
Trust my king. Trust the white.
She nods. Then why do you need my answer?
Because Magna knows enough to overthrow her. And she is a dragon after all.
And what are you and what am I?
I'm a tool for the job. You're a fine smith.
There is, to the best of your knowledge, a smirk on her face. And she says, I think you have our roles quite the reverse, Bastiel. Perhaps you should look to what these tools you are debating. Look to their purpose and choose the one that will get the job done.
By any means. I understand.
There is definitely like a disconnect when you say that, right? Like in the sense that she's no longer engaging with that conversation, right? The way you say, by any means, as if almost asking permission. There's definitely like a cold response to that. And then she says, you should be careful. Once you have chosen the tool, it may be hard to put back down.
Kind of grips at the awkwardly shaped a new piece of metal in his backpack.
Mm-hmm.
And then he nods. I have time to make good on all my deals.
She says, if the task is not complete, none of us will have time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
She just nods at that as if she has imparted the wisdom she wished to impart. And she just points behind you. And she says, that door will take you back. And then she points to the other, maybe 3 doors away. That door will take you to Magna.
Oh, fuck. What?
And then she just says, choose. It's not as easy, is it? Scott makes this look effortless.
I'll go to Magna just because wait, how am I going to get back?
Yeah, how are you going to get back? Right?
Literally, how am I going to get back? What do you guys think? I do have sending,
so you'd be able to tell us where you are.
But then how is it going to, how are you going to go to where you need to go next? Yeah.
If it's a who do you trust question, then do you come back to the White Dragon or do you go to Magna? Who do you trust?
Why is it that you'd like to go to Magna now? Out of curiosity.
Just because you guys are already kind of deployed here, you can do whatever we need to do as a group here, and I can just cover that other angle. But
are you trying to say you don't think Scott and Crumbar managed to cover that angle? I mean,
I don't know.
Because keep in mind, if you go back right to the White, Magna's recipient of patronage is there. There is no word for under patron.
Yeah,
it's
patrony.
Annoying. It's really annoying because there isn't one. It is horrible actually. There should be a word. Patrony should be a word.
Yeah.
I'll go back to the forge.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think she says anything. I don't think Celeste said anything as you leave. I think she mostly just was waiting for you to pick which door to go through.
Yeah.
So yeah, you head back through the big. Yeah, I don't even think she responds to that. I think you just kind of know, right?
Yeah. I'm not even looking at her when I say it.
Yeah. She's almost spookily immobile that way in the middle. And you head into like the big Starfield Nebula type doorway, and yeah, you almost just kind of like come to after your minute away, and you hear the mutterings behind you.
Serene's just like awkwardly asking Rhaenyra, like, what's your favourite flower? That's her go-to. If
yeah.
Nice.
And he goes, my favourite flower is actually one that only blooms in the Queenswood. It's very difficult to get a hold of, but it makes such a lovely perfume.
Oh, what's it called? What's it look like? What's its colour?
It goes by many names. It's a strange opal and violet colour, but mostly the elves call it some kind of night bloom.
Night bloom. Oh, that sounds interesting.
And he waves and goes, it's fancier in Elven.
And then just awkwardly starts looking around again, just kind of like nodding, like, yep, that's the only question I have when I don't know what to ask.
I think as you look a bit awkward, he goes, if I ever have the opportunity to get one, I will try and acquire an additional one for you.
Oh, thank you, that would be wonderful. Thank you so much.
He kind of just nods, with his eyes closed. He goes, right, so, shall we go?
Yeah.
So you can you walk back to the group.
We have to meet our friend in a bit at the library.
He kind of just looks, excellent. I am quite fond of libraries.
I look slightly put out.
I will join you. I will try to. There's something I want to see if I can find out more about.
Would you like some company? I'm very good at finding out answers.
Yes.
Wonderful. We shall go wherever you wish to go, and yous shall go to the library whenever we're meant to go there. And we will meet up then. He just nods emphatically.
I'll check in. Don't go anywhere too crazy.
Yes. I don't feel we had much else to do here. We've maybe slightly worn out our welcome.
So, Arya, where are you taking them?
Well, I wanted to go to the library.
Well, that's where they're going.
So
Yeah,
you can
that's
go
what I said.
well.
That's what I said. I want to try to find out the journey to try to find out some stuff there as well.
That's what
That's why I was a bit confused then.
No, because it sounded like when you were talking, everybody said, let's go to the library, and you said, I have somewhere else I want to go. That's what it honestly sounded like to me. Okay, well, everybody can go to the library then.
No, I meant like, oh yes, I want to go as well. or that's I don't know if it's exactly what I said, but that's exactly.
Am they going anywhere else?
Nope, library sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, I didn't want to ruin that little moment though. I want to cut him off and say, tell me about the red dragon then. I want to test how much he really does know.
What would you like to know about Red Dragon? Like the Red Dragon or Red Dragons in general?
The red dragon.
The Red Dragon. Right, okay. Where would you like me to start? And is this really the best place to discuss it? And he looks around, like narrowing his eyes.
Yes.
Well, I have no idea. I know very little.
Head to the library.
Yeah, walk and talk. We'll just walk on the way there.
More privacy there.
Yeah.
And I'll wait for when he's comfortable.
I mean, does he ever look comfortable?
I was going to say, that's never happening.
He looks like he's always had one too many cups of coffee, is what this guy's default is.
Sleepless.
Yeah, definitely like bags under his eyes a little bit as well. But clearly this guy's running on just raw magic at this point, right? To keep him awake. But if you wanted to ask him questions as you just walk to the library, remember the library's about an hour away from here or something, whatever vague distance it was.
Yeah.
And we can just say you have killed enough time to meet up with Dondra if you want her to be there as well. Because remember, you won't get in if she's not there.
Yeah.
So if you want to do something before the library, you can do, because you do have 2 hours. But if not, you can just go there. We can just have her.
Yeah, I think we'd just be asking him
just
random, get to know each other.
Isla would definitely
we don't want.
be students doing dissertations. Like, what was your previous area of research? Like, where did you study? Do I know of it? Have you written anything I might have read?
They're comparing your notes.
Yeah. And he goes, I was actually at the Vitus College in Horizon. I studied there until I was hand-selected to transfer my studies to the capital. Very, very lucrative scholarship.
Yes.
Yes. Not many get to study in Omen.
Yeah. Dang.
No. Incredible.
Yes.
And what was your thesis? I don't know. Did they write thesis? Does he write a book? How do you structure research topics here?
And he says, well, my study was about the infusing of magic into objects to take the burden off the caster themselves. Hence why I do believe my patron, winks, assigned me to this, and he air quotes, artifact quest. He looks at everybody as if he's just explained everything he would ever need to.
To be fair, that's actually, that's a good...
Give a wink
That's good
back.
to know.
Yeah. I think he smiles when you wink back as well.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
God,
Yes.
off the back of that,
I might ask things like, what level of spells, like linked
Yeah.
into things for long periods of time, for one-off? Is it like the money, where it can like repeat the enchantment? Magic-based research questions.
Just,
milk him.
I actually did help with the money originally. There was a competition at the university I studied at, and we all had. And he nods and he goes, it was very exciting, They almost gets more wistful than helpful in that, where as if he's thinking back to, his younger years. And he says, but my most impressive thing was that one of my first ever infusion enchantments still works today. And I was 12.
Wow.
Nods. He just looks at everybody, like really proud of himself.
I have a really random question. Well, not random really, but obviously Justoria's kind of gone missing.
He nods like all solemnly. Yes, our dear princess.
Do you know how to contact people across planes? Because we think that she's on a different plane, and we don't know
And
how to find out what.
is there some kind of evidence to support the theory that she's no longer on this plane?
Oh, well, Bastiel here tried to scry on her, and it didn't work. Like, it didn't connect, or nothing happened. And he said that it's, sometimes if someone's on a different plane, it doesn't connect or something. Like, I'm not sure. I kind of know magic, but not that kind of magic.
Yes, it's quite an all-consuming topic, to be honest. It's why we subdivide our choices when we join these universities, so that we don't get overwhelmed with the discoveries we could be making, rather than the ones we should be making. And he nods very effectively.
Mhm.
And he goes, anything that can help support the safety of the kingdom is paramount. And he just nods as if that answered the question. And he says,
By any means.
So, Kat, can you do that? Because it'd be really great if we could find out where she is.
I believe that I am tasked otherwise. I think that my patron, winks again,
So no.
has people working on the whereabouts and safe recovery of, indeed, our dear princess. However, if, and he makes a gesture with his hands, like he's, please no, right? Let us hope, beyond hope, that the results of this scrying was a mere failure on the caster's part, and he nods like apologetically at you, and not definitive of her demise. And he bows almost solemnly again.
I don't think that Bastiel's scrying didn't work because he's not good at scrying.
And it seems like
I'm sure he's great.
the alternative would be that she is no longer with us.
On this plane or dead. Please.
And he cannot. And he goes,
Who if you can't help, who are the people that are looking into this? It'd be great.
If you're you.
Because I really want to find out.
Then, perhaps, if you wish, I could put you in touch with my patron, the Wizard King of the world.
We know the Wizard King.
Yes,
We've
of course.
met him.
Yes. And did you ask him?
Yes.
And what did he say?
He didn't seem quite forthcoming with our queries on the princess.
That is perhaps because he has put on people with the expertise required to complete the task.
Who are those people?
I am unaware of this exact information. I am not tasked with that. I am tasked with you. And he gestures to everything,
okay.
smiles.
I thank you for your help. It's been...
Yes, my help hasn't even begun, my dear.
No, it hasn't.
He smiles.
In an effort to change the subject and maybe diffuse the situation, but not really, Arya's gonna kind of put herself a bit in between the two of you and be like, you know a lot of things. I was wondering, have you by chance ever learned in your long studies about somebody mastering fire, somebody being master or maybe even mistress of the flames?
He kind of looks at you and like squints at you and like raises an eyebrow, as if almost you've went out of focus. And he says, "You know of the Mistress of the Flame?"
Yes, I just heard it, and I'm curious what it might pertain to, what the title might pertain to. That's
Very curious.
I felt that you might be the sort of person that has
And
the level of knowledge and worldliness to have.
Where did you hear such a term?
Stumbled upon this.
He takes a half step back
travels.
when he's saying this as well. Travels where? What circles were you venturing within that this came upon your ears? And he's looking a bit more suspicious now.
Oh, it was I think it was a fire thing that was asking for that, or at least mentioning it, but we were never sure exactly what it meant. And
he like summons a quill and a piece of parchment and starts scribbling down.
I was very curious about.
He goes, "A fire thing though.
I take it, is it something you've come across?
Big fire thing, small fire thing. Can you describe it more? The more details I have, the more I can help." And he starts scribbling.
Did it not look like fire and armor? Do I remember it correctly?
Hey, if you're talking about the demon thing, yeah, it was a big, just sort of like armor, seemingly like infused with like kind of red, almost fiery energy. Yeah.
Yeah, Arya's going to describe he was like, well, it was like yay tall, and it was wearing armor, and it was like fiery and red and fire energy. I'm not exactly sure.
But yeah, if you're gonna try and give him like an accurate description, you definitely can convey what you wanted to. Yeah, if that is your intentions, and
she's trying to not lie, but also not be extremely like. I mean, yeah, she'll give him all that info, right?
I assume you're gonna cut short of the part where it then kneeled in front of you and became your bow. I'm assuming you're cutting that part out of the story. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Knock.
Yeah, that's the DLC. That's the DLC that you unlock. So
because we then, obviously, I'm saying this out of character, but we then found links between that and just story actually being of the flame, not me. And the link was my bracelet. But
was it also mentioned the volcano here? Was that the first time?
So she's not mentioned that yet.
Cool. So not mentioning that.
That's why I asked her specifically to describe the fire thing, more for Rasira and me.
Yeah.
It's okay, we got it. So his reply is he's scribbling down. He's scribbling all this down. He goes, "Well, you see, this sounds like you were involved in some kind of cultish activity. He looks at everybody suspiciously, like a parent would, and he goes, "Are you in a cult?"
A
No,
cult.
we didn't mean to summon that thing. It just appeared.
Isla tries to.
He scribbles
look
really
very
quickly.
innocent.
The phrase "we didn't mean to summon that
that's
thing, it just appeared" is the best line he's scribbling.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Okay.
Isla definitely
We've
does that thing
done
where she just
nothing to
doesn't.
summon anything. That's not the sort of stuff any of us do. She says, actually having a spell list
A
full
fire
of
spirit.
fire spells.
Yeah. And that fire summon you can just literally do, yeah. And he goes,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
I see. And where was this that you
But
encountered
mine is
this
tinier.
this armored demon of flame?
It was.
If you don't remember in character, it was actually
Wasn't it?
it was in the
Yeah.
Dire where Hellhole was the first one, right?
Yeah. It was in the near the hellhole, the first one that we went to.
He kind of blinks and goes, and where was that?
Firewood.
I see.
Um,
Would explain a lot.
but
And he scribbles more.
Ironic.
what does it explain?
Well, the bizarre ambient activity and the magical weave around the Direwood is prodded and poked by all sorts of nefarious people at the best of times. And then for a hellhole to appear there makes a lot of sense. Taps us out of his nose with his quill.
So you believe that this Mistress of the Flame, whoever this person might be, that they're some sort of a negative influence?
He kind of nods and he goes, I am not saying that as such, or in fact indeed anything yet, but quite the opposite I'm writing. And he scribbles a bit more, and he goes, one moment. And as he finishes like scribbling on like a new piece of parchment, he then puts them to the side as they just kind of float near him, and he says, in my readings and studies, the Mistress of the Flame is a exalted cult leader of sorts, usually related with demon summoning, and generally considered a bad omen. And he just nods and clasps his hands in front of him.
I was hoping it would be the other way around because, fire is so good at clearing out fields and so that they can then be replanted with other things. It's a cleansing thing.
He just like tilts his
helps.
head like a bird, you could say, and stares at you. And then says, well, in the studies I have been part of, and the cult I have helped disassemble in my times working with the RMA, or the RAM, I should say, sorry, my mind. And it is never good, unfortunately. If this Mistress of the Flame is indeed a tangible person, they are of many years and charisma to have influenced so many worshippers over various parts of the world, and indeed with the demon following, it seems like their influence extends into hell itself. And he just looks awkward, like he's just told you your puppy's died.
Hell as a plane.
So whoever the person that is
2 seconds, Arya. What was that, Bestial?
I was just asking hell as a plane of existence? Because I'm thinking about my sending spell now.
Hell as a place of pain. He just looks at you. Existence would be suffering. Now he looks at you and goes, perhaps not for you. And taps you a little bit. Then looks at you as if he's offended you. Like almost like flinches back, realizing that might have been rude.
Kind of touch up my throat like Little Mermaid a bit. And I'm like, I don't think it was. But I said it to myself. I'm not.
Yeah. And he just kind of looks back to Arya.
Whoever this Mistress of Flame be, they might have control over demons? Is that what you're saying? over.
It seems they at least have some kind of influence over the demonic legions, as it were. He kind of nods.
From your readings, did it sound like a singular entity or a title?
Well, this is what we're trying to fathom, as it were. It is like swimming in water that is not clear.
Hmm.
And he nods. And he goes, there could be one long-lived entity, or perhaps a demon once bound in hell, now free, and hoping to free their brothers and sisters. Or perhaps, he kind of like nods, an ally from our world to theirs.
Ludicrous.
And he kind of just looks and goes, I would not know.
Do you know when the earliest mention of the Mistress of the Flame was?
And he kind of blinks and goes, probably. And like, just summons a book that lands in his hands. Like a fairly large, massive book. And then
just squint at the title.
He like awkwardly, doesn't have one, he awkwardly tries to like open the thing. And like use his knee for balance. And a bit of a shaky old man. And he just starts like flicking through the pages. It's clearly just like a massive big journal, right?
I was going to say, could I use my gust cantrip to make him like a floating table?
I don't think so. I don't think that's majestic in any way. I think that'd be awkward as hell. It'd be more like a Marilyn Monroe scene would have. To be honest. I don't know if any of us want that with Rasira. Although maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if you have prestidigitation, you could probably make a small table. Yeah, but
I feel I still have to carry it then. So no, that's fine. He can just struggle.
And he awkwardly struggled. I mean, arguably he could do any of this, but he's choosing not to, right? And he's flicking through his book. He's like, yes, the earliest readings that we have for this Mistress of the Flames were several decades ago.
Oh.
And he kind of looks at you. But that is not to say that it is not older. Merely that we have discovered it then.
The first records, absolutely.
No,
things generally predate.
Nods. And he goes, but
would it be common, out of character obviously, would it be like knowledge about how...
I heard none of that, sorry.
I mean, would it be common knowledge just about, how old Princess Justoria is? Like we have here, birthday of the Queen and all that, when she's turning every age,
Jubilee.
As I said, she's probably in like her mid-40s. Mid to late 40s. Nobody really knows for certain, but she's somewhere in that bracket, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere in there, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that messes my...
Depends on the definition of Southall.
This is such an interesting... I don't know, I think I've been a bit obsessed since I've heard that, and I was just curious who it might be and
closes his book and it like vanishes so you can stand normally.
That information.
Because I'm sure we can add it to our wonderful quest to resolve this breach. Do you believe this Mistress of the Flame is involved in this breach in some way?
Well, if they have any control over things that come out of the breaches, then surely they could be of use, right?
As indeed, if we could somehow sway this Mistress of the Flame to our cause, perhaps they could help stem the tide.
Yes, that would definitely help.
And he puts a finger up. If they are an ally. Where is this library?
Yes, that's a good idea.
Oh, wait, I think we walked past it.
Yeah, we probably did.
Walking in a forest.
Yeah, you've actually just been walking on one of those, like, you know, the background constantly shifts at every setting we've ever had in the game. Turns out the world's really small. Rosira, yeah. You get his attention.
One last thing, since we're on the topic.
I doubt it would be the last thing, but carry on.
Well, you spoiled me.
Smiles.
This is a lot of death, destruction, a lot of burning. You don't think the red has anything to do with any of this?
Couldn't rule him out, though, could we? He says super accusatorially.
Never.
Fire's always bad.
No, fire is good. Light and warmth and cooking.
Yes. Arya's like, I certainly are like bright with excitement and enthusiasm and like, you know, you've not kicked my puppy, you've given me 7 puppies.
Yeah,
thing.
Exactly. But as for red dragons, though, bad things they are.
Well, from what I've heard, this is no simple flame. It's an aura of death. You don't think the red dragons have anything to do with the abyssal breach? Maybe the mistress of the flame?
He goes, I wouldn't rule it out. But this mistress of the flame and the demon connections and the cults seem to have little in common with the dragons. As you go, he goes, from my studies. This was not my focal area of studies. He looks over at Isla, who made a noise to speak.
No, like, as he mentions dragons, Isla will just, like, look around.
Yeah, like, no dragons here.
Dragons? What dragons?
Damn those dragons.
I'll say to him, if it were to be the focal point of one's studies, how would one go about readying themselves for the research? Maybe resisting fire.
And kind of goes, I see you have a melting point. He kind of chuckles to himself.
Unfortunately.
Don't we all? As he like kind of laughs dismissively, like it's a bonding point.
I'm kind of scared in the back of my mind, like, did he learn that the hard way? Fuck up in the lab.
And then, like, I think as that moment like lingers in the air, he does then go into like expound on the dragon thing, and he says, "The Reds, as a family, are a bad omen as well. My village was destroyed by red dragons many years ago." He nods and he goes, I try not to factor this in when consulting my work, of course.
Wow.
Yeah.
Zero, this is heavy. You must know your stuff about them, I take it. Passionate research.
And he kind of like, he half says that, right? Like there, and he kind of almost like gets lost in thought for a second, and he goes, the best place to learn about anything would be to consult a collective pile of knowledge, such as a library.
You're too right.
As if remembering why he was here, and he's clearly wanting to switch the subject.
I'm going to put both my hands to my mouth and just yell, Dondrabella.
Are we near the library, or are you just shouting in a corridor?
We must be, come on.
No, yeah, like I'd say like you could have had your walk and talk to have got to the library. And yeah, standing outside the library there are 4 people. Okay, you've got your 2 guards, Dondrabella, who just has a look on her face like, oh fucking hell, it's this lot again. And Petrovangus. And we go to break.
Petrovangus!
So we will take a break here. We will BRB. Be right back, folks. great unmeasuring has begun. Welcome back to Keepers of the Golden Gate, Session 84, Part 2. I'm Ryan, the GM, 26th of March 2021. Here are the players.
Hiya, I'm Adrian, and I play Arya Bluebird, the Half-Elf Druid.
Hello, I'm Sean, and I play Bastiel, the Warforged Cleric.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and I play Isla, the Tiefling Sorcerer.
Hi, I'm Callie, and I play Serene, the Firbolg.
Yatta! I was gonna add in handmade after Bastiel had said his intro, but I thought not to. Just so she... handmade in Forge, you know.
It just sounded like you were asking if he was from Etsy.
Yeah.
Where did you get that? Is it from Etsy?
See, if you just look at somebody, tilt your head and just say, Etsy, and point at them, it sounds like you're asking them a question, doesn't it? Etsy?
Yeah.
It's like, no, fully grown. Oh dear. Regardless of that. Right, we're back. So you walk up between the small gap between the library doors and wherever the hell you were, because the layout of Forge is very nebulous. And yeah. Thunderbella just rolls her eyes and goes, "Do you need to scream everywhere which way?" She just looks stressed to fuck.
Where have you been?
Who's that?
This is Masera.
He just waves.
We found him in the pub. In the Quick Gooseberry. We talked to the owner. Apparently they know you.
She goes, aye, well, anyway, what did you want to talk about?
We mainly wanted to check you were okay.
Just wanted to find you.
Well, here I am. I'm found.
And I see you've brought a friend.
She goes, oh, you're not from here. As if that was a friend question. And she goes, this is the king. And he just like turns round and looks at the group and goes, it is a pleasure to see some of you again, and some of you for the first time.
I will look at Arya.
Do an awkward bow as I have done to other royalty.
See if I can find the handout for him, because there was a handout for him as well.
Oh.
Let me just see if I can
Can I
find
medicine check him? Because I thought he was deathly ill.
I mean, yeah. If you just want to like swagger up to him and like start poking about him, you can do if you want.
How do I do this subtly?
I don't think you can do a medicine check on someone subtly.
Oh damn it!
You can do a perception.
I would just probably ask, like, I thought you were sick.
Yeah.
And he goes, I am, but it does not stop me being where I need to be.
Right.
God.
Well, people are with you.
Thunderbella's like, I guess this is going to be a longer conversation than... And she just goes, fine. And just pushes the big library doors open.
Maybe we should go inside.
Yeah.
Is he following?
Yeah.
Because if he's not going with us, I'm not. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to find a moment with him.
It might be difficult, but you could actually just ask for one when you're all inside, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 seconds. I'm going to actually go have a look for... Where the fuck's the Dwarf King? Where is he? Where is he? I don't mean he's vanished now, I just mean from my tokens, obviously, on my side in my journal tab. Where the hell... See, because it obviously it unorganised everything.
Yeah, probably.
Where did he go? And what would I have called him? Would it have been Dwarf King? Would that have been what I called him? That
might be under the throne.
It was in fact Dwarf King. There we go.
It's Dwarf King Donar Patravangus.
Donar Patravangus. There he is, folks. Just so you know
yeah.
what he looks like. And obviously the big cool frozen throne that he had. Just because I realise that obviously some of you haven't seen this yet. So that's what Donar looks like. Wee Donar. Although he doesn't have a crown anymore.
Very cool looking.
Somebody's got that in their backpack, that's why.
Yeah, no idea what that might be.
Yeah, bestial. So, yeah, he's all shuffling. Dondrabella closes the doors over. She says, "Why the hell we use it the quick gooseberry? Might I ask?"
Were the guards on the door the same guards?
Don't know if you'd have noticed.
Oh, there's just no point.
Yeah.
Well,
Like one of the guards.
Tell us where you were.
Dirty bugger.
And we just asked for a. Well, they say they don't have the authority to tell me.
They said it was their favourite.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder bloody why.
Oh, I can very much see why it would be someone's favourite.
Well, aye. So if you need to pass the time.
Yes.
I thought husband was a dancer.
We just thought that the nearby, a nearby pub would be a place where, we might find somebody that would know where you are.
Where is he?
That's a nicer way to say that. We just thought we.
You're a drunk.
You're a pub.
You have a problem.
I don't say that.
And she looks at the group and she goes, "So what was so bloody important that you dragged me away from him?" And she does a motion as if, with all due respect, motion to the king.
Well, we didn't know you were with him.
You just wandered off.
Well,
and we were worried.
Dondrabella, we need your services as a lawkeeper. Imagine that.
Imagine.
Can we use your library, please?
Well, we're in it. What do you want?
All right. See. Well, Rasira here is
And he steps forward very majestically in front of you, as if you've just introduced him on stage. And he goes, "My name is Archmage Rasira Abradicus, head of Horizon, protector of the kingdoms, and your humble guest in your library." And she's like, "Aye, okay."
Right.
She just looks at everybody else like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Crumbar made a friend.
Oh, aye. Immediately just was okay. She's immediately just stopped caring about the guy now. And then she moves and shouts Donar over to her desk and seating area, and she sits him on her seat.
Helps him over. Okay, he's limping and.
Yeah, he definitely. His movement is not
close
subtle. Let's put it that way. His movement isn't subtle, and she does help him.
Oh shit! I'm gonna ask about having that hammer.
Can I try to help as well? Can I try to offer my hand to his other arm? I mean.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I think so. He's not going to exactly fight you or anything, do you know?
He got
just swings for you. No, you can help him. And he'll just as you do, he won't say anything. He'll just pat your hand twice, and then.
Can I try to whisper to him?
Well, Dondrabella, as you get sat down, Dondrabella motions for you to give him peace. So you're welcome to still go back and whisper to him if you want. But as she motions for you to she says to him, "Bottom drawer, there's probably still a bottle of something. Just you entertain yourself." She walks over back to the group, "Right, you. What do you want?" And at this point, Arya, do you want to then try and just walk back towards him and be like, "Can I have a moment of your time?" Yeah, no.
I don't know how to do this.
Yeah. You can just emphasize.
I'm bull in a china shop right now.
You can just emphasize that Rasira is under Magna, and kind of just give her a look like we're under the white. So this moment is important.
Yes. I'll say something else actually. I have an idea. I'll say I was wondering if I could have a private audience with yourself about that greenhouse I helped you with last time. I'm hoping that will give them a message of I need to talk to you about something that. to.
I mean, he would know what a greenhouse was, so I think.
Well, not greenhouse. I don't know what it is.
Growing chamber.
Garden
That's all
or-
it was. That's where you were taking the growing chambers.
The growing chamber. I helped you with.
The giant caverns under the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm hoping that will be a hint that I'm trying to talk to him about something that's important. Him.
He just nods,
I
right?
don't
Like,
know if he'll get the
no,
message.
he'll nod to you, or as if, yeah, that seems. Why wouldn't that be okay to talk about that? And he kind of looks at you and he goes, "Is there a problem with the, you know?"
No, no.
Well, good. Well, good.
I just
Yes.
wanted to give you a private update, as you know that was very important for yourself, and obviously if need help more, but I just did to.
Well, speak your mind.
I'm closer to him than I am to Resir, right? I'm hoping that I'm with my back to Resir, right?
Yeah, like if you had to like have like a top-down view, if you imagine the desk's way over to the left and he's sat behind the desk, you're in front of the desk, then to your back is Dondrabella, in front of her is Resira and the gang in a circle around them.
The only thing I'm trying to figure out is if Resira would see me if I'm trying to make a gesture, kind of like.
Oh, lip read you.
No, you could have you could body check
like
yourself and Dondrabella.
Yeah, kind of like a wink, and also like
You
darting my eyes to where Resira is, kind of to imply that like I can't talk with him here, sort of thing, but without actually making any like gestures with my body, just with my face. And I'm hoping if I'm
well, do you want to roll performance?
Fuck.
And I'll have him roll a insight, and we'll just see how much of that complex bullshit is conveyed. Yeah. Sadly, interpretive dance is not available.
I have luck points, damn it, and I will be using them. Performance. Okay, let's see that. I have a bonus of 0 on this. I don't have any charisma.
Could be that 20.
Let's see.
It's
nope.
not a nat 20.
Luck point number 1.
Okay. Okay.
You just flip
there we go.
Okay, I'll keep this.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, he gets exactly what you mean.
Holy shit!
Nice.
Bless him.
Right? Fucking Donar Patrivangius, he's not a king for nothing, eh? Nothing gets by him. Except assassins, I guess.
Well, I mean, you can't blame him given the others that, you know, that thing got passed as well.
Fair.
Yeah.
That pain in the neck. Freaking overgrown, overnight teenager.
Also, Isla, what you're trying to say there?
Oh, I was just going to say, like, after nearly being assassinated, make you more insightful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He picked up the observant feat when he was able to finally level up after nearly dying. But yeah, so he gives you like a knowing nod, right? And he just kind of leans forward and like pats your hand that's laying on the desk, and it's just as if to say, "Don't worry, we'll get to that." You know, that kind of reassurance of, "I know it's important." Yeah. So what's the scene, guys? We're now in the library. We got a whole bunch of people.
Okay.
What's happening?
I'll give him some space in here and such.
He does then decide to go looking in that drawer.
Okay, so we have a bunch of things on the goals sheet to do with research, right?
Got a bunch of things in general, yeah, definitely. Lots of goals.
Dondrabella, would we be okay to look through your library to help with some of our quest?
The big handsy one isn't here, so I don't see why you shouldn't be able to just have a wee look around.
Yes, luckily he is distracted currently. Somewhere. We don't know where. I'm sure it's fine.
I heard there was some business with yeah. She gives it a look like she is pissed off at that.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. the way she says it.
Yeah.
And then she says, "What are you looking for?"
Red
Right.
dragon.
I think there's various things, so maybe splitting up would be best.
But there's only one of me, and I can only walk so fast, so take it in turns.
Absolutely.
I can probably point you in the direction you need to go if need be.
Mm-hmm. So we've got Red Dragon. Anything about an artifact that could maybe seal breaches? Any history of that? Prophecies?
I
The Eye, specifically. The Mistress of the Flame. Oh, it's a whole list. Right, let's try and group by categories.
I think Dundra
What's
puts up her hands
connected?
and she goes, "Oh, hold on a minute. Yous have," and she points to like Bastiel and Arya. "Yous have asked this bullshit before. Some of this."
I'm sure you understand. Dragons are cold, Bella.
She gives you a look and she goes, "Now," and talks to Arya again. And she says, "I'm not obviously going to go traipsing through these, stacks to go find stuff that I've already answered. But
Yes, of course. No, that makes sense. I know that topic was exhausted.
Donner clears his throat
now.
and he goes, "Take them to the other library." And then Dunderbell immediately goes in a new shade of, like pale, I guess.
Oh.
And she goes,
Secret library.
she turns around, she goes, "What?" And he says, "Let's just help them on their way." And
I do like pray a bow to him.
mhm. And he lifts like a hand, kind of like, to obviously like wave it off a little bit, as if, okay. And lifts the flask to his lips. And takes a swig of it. And, yeah. And, do you still have my crown?
Who's asking? The king of the dwarves?
He chuckles at that and like almost lurches when he chuckles, as if he's not in a position to be laughing right now. And Dondrabella just looks at you like, don't antagonize him. And he says,
I'll tell you.
"I'm just seeing if it got put to good use."
Fantastic use. We have many allies. But
No,
I tell
it's-
you what, it seems like the tables have turned, and now you can make much more use of this crown than that hammer.
He laughs and
Right?
goes, "Oh no."
Ugh.
He just shakes, like puts the cork on top of the flask very deliberately, and hits it so it makes a nice thud, and sits that on the desk. And he goes, "Oh no. You keep that crown." He points at you. "You keep that crown. I'll keep my hammer. As long as I've still got the strength to lift it, it's mine."
Well, that's music to my ears. I'm kidding.
Thunderbell leans forward and goes, "That's not a bloody invitation, by the way."
I can wait.
You'd have to get through me.
And then she kind of like nods, like, fair. And goes, "Well, you, in fact," she points at you, Bastiel, "you can lift him." Like both possibly you and the king
Wait,
do a
what?
double take. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
You both do a double take at her. He goes, "I'm not bloody carrying you all the way there." She just marches out of the library, pushing the big double doors open again.
Almost like someone doing the cross to themselves before they have to do something fucked up. I cast guidance on myself.
The king just quickly lifts the flask and tucks it into his robes. Like, "Well, on we go." And he like helps himself up to his feet and then just works his way around the table and puts his arm out for you.
Yeah, I do it as delicately as I can.
Yeah, and it's mostly just you supporting him, right? He does not actually intend you to ever lift him. It's mostly just so he doesn't fall.
Yeah.
That you're there.
Agreed.
Even if Dondrabella would have said the most awkward thing in their power to say.
Yeah, I'll say to him, tell you what, Ulrich deserves a raise.
I bloody hope not. And then, yeah, I don't know if you're going to read into that, but yeah, that's...
Yeah, it's from the dead.
Yeah. Especially as he's been through that, right? It's not exactly done him well.
That's amazing.
Oh dear. Yeah. I knew it could humble you. So, yeah, they shuffle off out. What's Serene, Isla, Arya, and Rhaenyra doing?
Isla will be trying to like grab Arya subtly and try and like pull her back, but also like following, basically, so she can whisper something.
Okay, so you're gonna hang back.
Yeah, I don't want Rhaenyra to go ahead.
Okay, yeah. He's happy to follow to another library that's a bit like it sounds like a secret library, so yeah.
To be honest, Arya was thinking of not going at all. I was hoping this might be my...
Oh, you cut off again, my dear.
Oh, apologies. I was saying Arya was thinking of not leaving at all. I was thinking this might be my bed with Branges.
He's going to the other library.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad. Okay, then yeah, I will allow you to just pull me.
Just like slightly, like we're going, but not like right behind him. I've never met him before, so if there's any worry about him definitely being him, I could maybe do something to check, but I'd need you or somebody to like keep everyone's eyes off me for a couple of seconds, like 6.
Wow.
Specifically.
Yeah.
I need 6 seconds.
I could try.
Or just, yeah. Is that something you'd like me to try?
Yes.
Okay, I can do it relatively subtly, but it's not completely. It still looks like I'm doing magic, so. Maybe make sure no one looks at me.
Yes.
Maybe get Serene to talk to everyone. Go, Serene. Go, Serene.
I go to Patravant as a walk.
Perfect.
Library. To be like,
yeah, I'll ask Serene something, and yeah, that's what it's gonna be. What I'll do, I'll just ask Serene something. Oh yeah, I'll be like, so we're like miles underground. How are you?
Right?
I don't think you've ever been like in such a place before. It was so weird the first time I was here.
I've never been underground before. No, it's really strange. Like there's no air. Like I miss air. Does that make sense?
And as she's walking, right, like Arya gonna be like a little bit more clumsy than usual, like almost like knocking into the walls a little bit, or like just randomly making than usual, and like I don't know, just trying to like
I love it because I feel
on me, or like I don't know, like maybe I'll pluck a tail feather from Ruya and she'll make a loud noise or something like that. Like I'll definitely try to somehow get, if there's any attention to be had, to like draw it towards me somehow.
This sounds like a performance role.
Oh.
I hate myself. Well, you know the drill. I still have some.
Let's get it.
That'll be fine.
I
like the idea that.
So I'll do one more.
Are you spending it? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Won't translate
I'm
that.
spending my second luck point, so I have 1 remaining.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Wabamzo.
Fucking hell! I'm using the last one. I'm using the last one.
Yay!
You guys hate me so much
Amazing.
today.
I think that last roll was just, have you tried adding the previous 2 rolls?
Yeah, I know.
So I think the scene is you start by like trying to pluck that feather out of Ruya, and Ruya just decides to like start pecking at you instantaneously. Like, how dare you! Wings up, and mostly just distracts you.
Yeah, I'll be like, ow, 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 ow.
I think as Serene's maybe looking between you and the bird and everybody else, Bastiel's helping, obviously, Patrivandus. Dondrabella's away ahead, and Dracira's just writing hundreds as much as he possibly can, and loads of.
Okay.
So he wasn't paying attention anyway.
Right.
Well,
So I basically, in all this chaos, reach into my pocket, grab a copper coin, squeeze it, and whisper the words to cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
Oh.
Nice. Okay.
So I will put.
Sorry, it's a really long box.
Yeah, it's Nessie.
all right.
Yep. I am not looking to go beyond surface thoughts.
It's okay. Let me just pour through this just now.
Read the essay. Yeah.
Ooh.
3 seconds. Why? Why would you type in when I'm trying to read?
I'm sorry. I just
Yes,
had an
that is
idea.
also the plan.
Okay, everybody
Yeah.
pause.
I love you.
Everybody pause. So I can read this. Let me internalize the words. Okay, either way the target knows that you're probing its mind, and unless you shift your attention to that creature's thoughts, blah 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 blah. Where's the backup part of that? If you fail, you get insight into its reasoning, but that's only if you want to probe deeper, that's fine. Either way the target knows that you're probing its mind, unless you shift attention to that creature's thoughts. The creature can use its action to make an intelligence check. Contested by your intelligence check. Succeeds, spell ends. Okay. Interesting. So, the one thing I would say is that if you do this to get the surface thoughts, they will know that you're doing this. And you're happy with that.
Oh. I thought that only applied if it was...
It literally says either way.
Oh, okay. I thought it meant fail, like succeed or fail, was my interpretation. But that's fine.
Well, let me have a read of this. What's everybody's thoughts? Because it's the wording there. It says, either way the target knows that you're probing into its mind, and unless you shift your attention to that creature, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's vague, isn't it? It's kind of vague.
Yeah.
Because
the most that's mine, and then as an action, because that's like a separate paragraph, is I think how I interpreted it. It maybe is a second paragraph on D&D Beyond, which is where I was reading it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was reading it the same. If you probe deeper, then...
Yeah, I suppose because they're
They'll
repeating the
let it
word
know.
probing, I'll give you that, right? Because that is... They specifically chose to say probing again, didn't they? So...
They just like the word.
Okay.
Because it doesn't, like, surface thoughts, my interpretation was just, people aren't generally thinking this is my evil plan.
How do you?
It's
I mean,
like-
you've clearly never read my mind.
Sorry, I didn't mean to, like, spill the beans, but
Everywhere.
it was just, like, as a quick, do these thoughts read, like, on the surface, this is who he says he is, kind of thing.
Cool. I never cast it or used it because I was kind of scared. What if it failed?
Yeah, no, it's a really long. That's why I don't want to probe any deeper, because that feels scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay. So essentially what you'll get is whatever's most on their mind, right? The forefront to their thought in that moment. I think, is that it? Is that everything you get for just the surface glance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just as like an added insight. Like a
Yeah,
deeper
no, that's
insight
fine.
check. Like more than I want to.
Well, let's
I want
resolve
to know
this
your
first
deepest
then.
thoughts.
Let's resolve this first then, okay? So,
Cool.
with this scene, you do so. How does it look when you cast Detect Thoughts? Like, what is?
Well,
what do we see?
So a copper piece is. So I grabbed one from my pocket, and I think within my pocket the matic is movement, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It would be like running it in between my fingers.
Okay.
Like in a set of movements. And then if the last piece is verbal, it'll always be like bring it out and like whisper something to the coin, which kind of becomes a lightning spark in my hand, which I just like rub into my hair. Like, oh look, I'm just scratching my head.
Okay. Yeah. And I think the most like the only feedback that you get from this would be the hopefully this will help is the kind of the gist of what you're getting from this surface thought, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then pain, right?
Okay.
He is clearly in pain, and he's also hoping this expedites any help he could possibly provide.
Okay. That feels like good. Can I use an action to shift it to Rasira?
You can, yeah. And
See what I get again from surface thoughts.
you get nothing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's probably the first thing they learn in Archmage school.
Yeah, like how you like whatever this world version of block your thoughts.
Yeah.
Cool. That's cool. I like that. Okay. I will just let the spell peter and try and help with the chaos.
Yeah, like try and calm Ruya down.
Yeah.
Does somebody want to roll with
A
animal
biscuit.
handling? Maybe both you and Arya.
No.
So Arya, do you want to roll with advantage?
I will.
Yeah, you roll with advantage.
Yeah. I'll also try to give her some sort of treats that I would have on me, because obviously I feel like I've been
just happily
so
sitting on your shoulder, and then you pull a feather out. It's like, what the hell's this?
Yeah. I will definitely I will
Ruya.
definitely give her like maybe 4 or 5 times the usual amounts of the treats as well to make up for it. I've clicked the button. I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna click it again. If it goes twice,
That's
off.
fine. There we
Yeah,
go.
it
We
did
do
go
have it there.
twice.
It's okay. The first one was better. Those are not bad rolls.
Yeah, for once.
But yeah, I think you and Isla, I can think of your name for a second there. I think you and Isla managed to calm down Ruya to the part where like she settles enough to be.
Yeah.
And
I think Serene can actually talk to her, so at some point later on, I will ask Serene to like essentially apologize to Ruya for me and explain why I did that.
I feel we also need to then explain to Serene.
Oh yeah, it will be a chain of explanation, something like Chinese whisper. So I don't know what poor Ruya is actually gonna get, but hey, I know I will try to make amends in one way anyway.
I look forward to it. Okay.
And I will during that try and take Arya's forearm and just give it a squeeze and I think we're good.
The thing is, right, he's giving us access to this sort of new library that obviously Thunderbella knows about. So that, if anything, confirmed to me that it is him, sort of thing.
I just wanted
yeah.
Like the version of an insight check where I'm just let's just make sure we've insight checked.
Plus,
people.
see when you can detect thoughts, you also should.
Why wouldn't you?
Right?
Yeah.
From a player,
it's a racial trait. I don't think it even burns a spell slot because it's a racial trait.
Doesn't it? Should be like a once per long rest, maybe.
Yeah.
It'll be.
Yep. So it's just it's a freebie. May as well do it.
Because it's from your heritage as a tiefling.
Yes.
Which is cool. Yeah. So yous are heading down the corridor, and yous get to a big, just looks like a big empty piece of corridor, and the king hanging off of Bastiel says, "I think you'll like this." Just to you, Bastiel. And then he kind of pats your arm and just unhooks from you as if he wants to stand on his own. Under his own power, his own steam, so to speak. And Thunderbella just looks back. Sorry, you said cast what?
Cast guidance on him as if I'm, but it looks as if I'm transferring it from myself
onto
him.
And
that's part of my heart.
The Thunderbella, obviously staring at a big massive wall, just turned round. It's well, in we go. And she just claps her hands together and smacks them on the wall with a big thud. And then, the stone just shapes itself into a big fuck-off door. All fancy dwarven runes, all just carving themselves in with that kind of chiselled sound. I am scraping across all the stonework. And then a big massive kind of parting in the middle of the doors as they all creak open. And yeah, in you walk. And she waits outside specifically to like usher everybody in. And two of you have been here before.
Yeah.
Arya and Bastiel. You guys have been here before. You see the massive, big kind of like brass or gold dish in the middle of the room, the big, huge Olympic flame torch thing. And as I described before, there's the walls of books. And then she closes the doors behind everybody. So, well, here we are.
Thank you so much.
Donar turns around and goes, "These are the texts we found most troubling to keep free access to." I kind of just nods. Mysteria's just constantly scribbling on new pieces of parchment. Just constantly.
Yeah, Isla looks like she's in heaven.
Aha.
Shit. I want to whisper. No. Never mind. Okay.
Everybody's so into secret conversations just now.
I'm scared of this stuff getting to Rizira's hands.
I know.
Yep.
That's fine. If the king thinks it's okay, then fuck it. He knows this guy's from Horizon, and he knows. I'm sure he knows the White's Allegiance quest. Okay. I clap my hands together and I smile at Dondrabella and I say,
She just gives you a look before you even speak. She goes, "No, none of that."
"Come on." All right, fine. Be more sensible. What'll it take to make me fireproof, Dondrabella? Don't ask why. Trust me.
She looks at the big giant, dish of fire in the middle of the room that lights up this place. She goes,
Hey, you said the word.
"Well, why don't you jump in and we'll find out how long it takes."
I'm gonna bluffingly make a move for it. The teaser.
Oh, she's unfazed by a bluff. She's like, Well, she doesn't know. Like,
I do actually want to go and look at it and see what it is, though. It seems to be a big centerpiece of this place.
yeah, it was like, as I described before when yous came in this way, remember, this is how yous get into Forge the first time.
Yeah.
But it just seems like a massive, like, something you'd put on like the top of a mountain to signal that this is the top of a mountain with a giant fire. But it's in a room full of really, really rare, precious, protected books, apparently, which seems totally irresponsible. This is a massive open flame.
Is anything carved anywhere on it?
No, nothing. It's just like a big, as I said, almost like a kind of, it's like old gold, so it's brass looking. The dish it's in.
Yeah.
But you could all easily bathe in this dish at the same time.
Yeah.
All of you. Yeah. Like, yeah.
Jacuzzi.
Second, sorry?
Is it just jacuzzi?
Yeah. It's big, huge jacuzzi with a giant fire burning in it. Yep. And lighting up a forbidden library full of precious books. Or at least dangerous books, it seems. Because the party were here before. The party were here before and they collected some books. And then they were arrested for breaking into Forge and all the books were confiscated from them, essentially. That happened in the past, just for you guys that wonder why they technically know of this place.
Oh!
I had thought you popped into...
where we got into. Okay.
I had assumed it was
very confused.
Dondrabella's library, but this makes more sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we split up. What are you guys doing?
I'm just thinking that we got in this place the first time round, gone through essentially a network of underground caves where I've accidentally discovered exactly what plant growth does. We were dealing with the not really a vampire, had to kill our horses. What else? Um, oh yeah, and the maybe wine. So when we first got here, we were so friggin' traumatized. We didn't even think, might be a bad thing to just pick up random books from a random library we found and then just take them with us.
Yeah.
And yeah, the fact that they got taken off of us was, just like a teeny tiny thing that happened compared to everything we'd just been through. But yeah, okay, I know where we are now. That makes sense. Well, it doesn't quite make sense, but okay, I know where we are and when we were first here. That makes sense now. Okay,
cool.
I'll say, how are these, just out of curiosity, organized by topic?
Thunderbell just looks at you and goes, I don't know. I don't come in here.
Oh.
He just looks at you like, why would I? Like, as if you're in the wrong for asking, is the expression she's got on her. Why would I organize forbidden books?
Are there levels of forbidden?
Yeah, well, there's this level and there's upstairs.
Ooh. Ayla will again do that thing where like she twists her hair up into a bun.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah,
serious
prep
time.
mode, yeah. Kirby gripping lip.
Yep.
Person that would
So
manage this library, and it's
well, when you don't have a person, generally there is a system, you just have to find it. So our main areas of interest are, and then out of character, Mistress of the Flame, yeah? Artifact and its items.
the eye.
So yeah, the eye, the rod of power, the Black Fang spear.
Yeah, we can take one each.
Yeah. My like background basically makes me good at organizing research.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't really know what like mechanical advantage that gives us, but like she is at home in a librry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
the
if
researcher
we-
trait's one of the best things to take. I always take that as the background. Yeah.
It's a good one.
Mhm.
Because it basically just means you know where it is.
Yeah,
you know
and
where
it's
the
why I like
information
it.
is.
I don't have to have a good history score. I've got researcher. Get out of my way.
Just do the thing. Fire resistance. Is there anything else like prophecy in general? What's the first thing we want to jump into? What do we think is most useful?
We'll probably just
Maybe-
do one.
Maybe the
I mean-
artifact.
I was going to say, before we split up, I wanted to ask Bastian a question. You know the thing where you contracted Don Jabella just kind of talking into the air. I'm not sure how you did it. Do you think you could try and contact Gistoria that way? Would that work?
Let's take 2 thumbs up, like I did at the gooseberry.
I checked my notes to see what that means.
Like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that means yes.
Yeah.
I will mount the word good. The word good and yes.
I add good to my notes.
Maybe you could just try and see if you can contact her and ask her where she is. Does she know where she is? What it looks like? Can we find her? Where is she? Does she know where she is?
Right. I kind of stare into the giant font of flame I'm standing in front of, and I think of that monstrous image of Gistoria I think of the abyss. I think of this whole Mistress of the Flame debacle, and
Please think of her when she's not like that, because I don't know which version of her you might
Hey,
reach. You
get
might
out
be
of
able
his
to just
thoughts.
contact
Don't
that
make a game.
demon. Yeah, I'm just saying,
Thoughtfully.
just seriously popcorn and being like, holy shit, that could go very wrong.
To be fair, now you know that I can read thoughts once a day. You don't know when I could be doing it.
Oh,
yeah, I think about how I can't get a night's sleep with Aya next to me because she's a demon.
I'm just
scared.
thinking of trees.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm cast sending.
Okay.
Not a demon, I just have a pet one.
Okay. What are you saying?
It's Bastiel. Where are you? What was the three things Serene said? Where? What was it like?
It was like, do you know where you are? What if not? What does it look like around you? Are you safe? How can we find you? That kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Where are you? What does it look like?
You've still got 15 words.
Help.
Are you safe? And then what? How can we find you?
Yeah.
How
Help?
can we find you? I think "are you safe" kind of covers that. But "need help," that's 2 words. I'll just throw that in there.
There you go. You still
Need
got
help?
5.
That are 25,
5?
yeah? Or we still got 5? Okay.
We've still got 5.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, bye.
Bye.
P.S. Have you seen my slippers?
Yeah.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Did I roll a D100?
Yes.
Bam!
Oh.
Whoa!
Oh.
Bad buddy. Hey, it's bound to happen once, right?
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Mine's was not as good. Mine's also looks a lot less impressive by comparison.
That's horrifying. If that was me.
Imagine. So, you send this off, stare into the fire, think of big demon Justoria. You send off the, need help, got pals message, and yeah, you get a reply.
Oh
my god.
Obviously, only Bastiel hears it, and the reply is, and let me try and work out if I can ad-lib within 25 words. Let's see. Let's see how I do. Okay. Your meddling is no longer required. Forge born, which is one word, I guess, if we hyphenate.
Hell yes.
Your princess is mine. There you go.
Oh my god.
That's what you get.
Kind of clenches a fist and slams it down on the rim of the bowl. Metal on metal.
Mm-hmm. I think at that, Rasira walks up, because he's been admiring the big giant fire as well. He goes, yeah, solid construction, I see.
Razira, are you familiar with sending?
Yes, it's the art of moving something from one place to the next.
I pat him lightly on one shoulder, and I turn around to the party and I recall her exact words, word for word.
Okay.
You're not going to make me do that, are you?
No, if everybody can remember what was said, that's fine.
Got it.
Oh yeah, was it in Justoria's voice or somebody else's?
It was in Bastiel's head, and it was, definitely a not so Justoria-like voice. Let's put it that way.
In a demony voice.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Did they recognise it as her demony voice?
No.
Yeah.
It was not recognised.
Oh.
It was just not quite Justoria. That was the voice.
No.
Yeah.
Arya will describe. Obviously, I don't know how it's supposed to be, right? But Arya will ask, "Was it like a voice or not so deep voice? Was it accented? Was it?" She'll ask like questions that seem rather random, but what she'll actually be asking and describing would be the voice that we hear.
I think
Called her Mistress of the Flame.
I think Rhaenyra walks forward and says, there are people dealing with this. They have been tasked and assigned this. We have been given access to this. And he waves.
But you haven't told us who those people are.
And he looks at you and he goes, if I knew who those people were, I would tell you if I thought it would expedite the quest we have been assigned.
The king has kept you in the dark.
And he kind of looks at you and squints and he goes, my patron, the Wizard King of the World, and he winks at you. He has assigned me to this, and he waves at the group. He goes, if I was assigned to Justoria, I am sure I would have recovered her by now.
Well, if he knew anything about us, assigning you to us...
You told me you were friends with my patron, or a king.
Ugh.
He tilts his head and looks at you.
Something like that.
He brings out a quill immediately. Details, please.
Well, we haven't been given a specific task. We are
That's not what Crombar told me.
We are our own group, and my friends we're good friends.
Well,
they want to know where she is.
There's a great many people that wish to know the whereabouts of the princess, indeed, but it's best that people ill-equipped to help do not meddle. Indeed, quite what this entity has replied, I see.
Is more information than people seem to have before. And as you should know from research,
Well,
all things
I
are
think
connected.
he points at you when you say it. He goes, and what information does everybody else have on this subject? If you're hoarding this, please share it. He puts a piece of parchment in his other hand immediately and puts the quill to it and looks at you expectantly.
We have shared it with Magna, right? Like, we have told him that she became demonic and such and such.
Yeah.
We did, yeah. So
Yeah.
in that case, Arya will,
Okay.
in a rather direct and slightly decisive fashion, say, we have shared all of this information with...
He looks at you and he goes, no, not what I was asking. This one implies that there is more to learn and that it's being hoarded in some way. So please share if you have anything more to provide this quest we are not on. And he holds the quill obtrusively back to the parchment again.
What would it take?
We are researching the breach.
Correct, yes. Not the princess. Am I correct in thinking this? And he looks at everybody like he's like, that is the plan, right? Our plan's to close the breach.
But she has helped.
We all have personal interests and personal friendships as well.
Yes,
But
and I'm sure if we can
even
seal the breach, this
close
perhaps...
friends.
And he says, if we seal the breach, perhaps this demonic connection to the princess may weaken. And we could perhaps discern her location more safely. But again, I am not tasked with this. I am tasked with this bizarre artifact you claim that must save us all. So wouldn't you want that first? And he starts like, flailing with his parchment in one hand.
But she's helped close hellholes from what my friends have told me. So kind of a thought of that is if she can help close hellholes, then she can also help close the breach. So if we find her, that's also another way of closing the breach. So we just and also, you know, she's the daughter of patron. She's very important.
I think when you say that, like, he leans over to Bastiel and just nods, like that's true.
So we would like to, you know, help find her.
Yes, and it seems like
this is what she was going to try and say.
And he leans and he goes, yes, but it seems like your friends are the reason that has encouraged her to corrupt herself with this demonic force of some kind, and thus has removed her as an asset in the defense of the realm. Would not you say, Mistress Serene?
Right.
I don't believe any of us could make Princess Justoria do anything that she was not intending to do already.
And he says, encouraged. It's like a correction.
Interesting. So
Even so,
sorry, Bastiel?
none of us would be able to convince her to do something she wouldn't want to do.
No, I think he's saying he's basically saying that he's possessed by a separate, like that demon form is her body being taken over by another entity. Like it's not her in another form.
Well, don't say this in the meta. Are you going to say this as Bastiel? Because it's useless to us in the meta, right?
Oh, okay. Right. I'm actually going to go for it with a different angle. I'll say, right, Razira. What would it take for a creature to intercept a direct magical communication from one mind to another?
Looks at it and goes, now we must discuss the context.
Well, let's say one entity's in the Forge and another entity's in the Abyss. Another plane, another realm.
Tricky if it's the Abyss, though. Are we factoring this in or not?
Why not? Let's go for it.
Many factors at play then. Answer unpredictable. Starts like shake his head a bit. And he goes, someone with sufficient power over the influence of communication, yes. An artifact perhaps designed to intercept such communications also. And he looks at it and goes,
right.
Like someone paying off a courier to take a 5-minute break while they read the letter and then restamped it. Sent them on their way. Nods at you. But magic, he corrects.
Well, if Princess Justoria was the progenitor to your position of Archmage, would you agree that it would take tremendous power to intercept a message to her, or any kind of magic you would be involved in?
Do you believe that she, with her station, controls the mail?
Oh, shit.
Bastiel's response to that.
Oh, shit.
Oh, the call just...
Oh, are you still with us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Cool. He says, and what do you think Justoria, the princess with her station, what do you think her influence over the mail is?
No idea.
I nods and he goes, unfortunately not, no. The office of Princess of Horizon did not exactly entail the mail.
Wow, so... shit. And she's just like kind of defenseless here in the position she's in. If she's like hostage to something in that realm.
Yeah, right. Almost puts that scene in her garden in a bit of a new perspective, right? When they were going to do resurrection magic and then she grabbed Arya by the wrist and volleyed you all through a rainbow. After your like guardian was like getting its stab on, right?
Yeah. My man.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Justoria MVP. We know. So yeah, like Rasira turns back around and goes, so shall we focus back on the task at hand? If we can seal the breach in quick time, I am imagining we will all be repositioned in the Save Justoria endeavor. He clasps his hands.
I suppose. Kind of sort of looks a bit meek.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
He says, "No."
A bit put off.
Yeah, because he's basically saying that's not my job, right? It's essentially what he says. Like there are people that have been told to do that, and obviously he's from bureaucrat land. Clearly.
Yeah, but it's fine. Arya does not intend to fully let him
and to be
change
fair,
our course of action.
Yeah, but he's basically saying I'm not. He's done what Arse did, which was, oh, I'm not here to help, but only his is I'm here to help with this specific thing.
Yeah.
And he is from a place where the seas run on time, so of course he likes the bureaucracy, right?
That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Okay, so research time, eh?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what can we give him that's helpful, but not integral? Which corner can we put him in?
Maybe the eye, because I assume Magna probably knows a lot about the eye already.
Yeah,
that he's not telling us.
The eye and like
have
Janus.
this discussion in character though, because obviously you all don't have telepathy on the go yet, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Well, divide and conquer is probably our best bet here.
Yes, many pairs of eyes looking at different books will collate the information much quicker.
Quite.
Well, based on your previous experience, would you like to start with the Eye of Janus? I believe that's the first thing. And it is, as that's the artifact we normally have.
I would say it would be
I look at Arya apologetically.
Since this eye seems to be in 3 places at once, I would say that it's our least priority. In fact, no, it's...
Do you mean 3 places?
Understand it, though.
I see. And he brings up his big pile of parchments again from, like, the nether. And he starts flicking through them. And he goes, yes, Crombar informed me that when he was on a dream to the great gold worm Odyssea from his bed in the sky castle, as he just starts going through the entire session notes of that particular session. He said that he's seen something that resembled the Eye of Janus fused to some Lord Eric Rainwood's hammer, I'm assuming not euphemistically, and that was indeed binding the great gold worm Odyssea. And he goes, that's one. And he scrolls down a couple and goes, we know that Magna, my patron, wizard king of the world, nods majestically, has such an item within his mighty arsenal. And then he scrolls down a couple more and he goes, and I believe that you won one in a game of chance with the god of travel.
And your implication is that they are all the same eye?
It would matter not, but there seems to be 3 of one thing. I would say that has tripled our chances of success in that field. So I would say we should focus on the ones we are struggling with to have 1 of one. Such as this Rod of Pa.
The problem is each of the people that have had Eye of Janus have used how differently. When Crumbar disappeared, it was because he was trying to use the eye I had the same way that he's seen the one his vision being used. And that didn't seem to work very well. Just disappeared.
And Viscera just nods slowly, taking in this information.
So it must be that they can be used in such a way, but we don't know how. And obviously I'm not at all aware of how your patron uses his. So understanding what the Eye of Janus can do might help us figure out how it could be used. So far we've just been using it just for the teleportation sort of. Well, she wouldn't use teleportation.
Well, it seems like as the only one amongst us that has first-hand experience with this artifact, you would be best suited to take that topic. Nods. Who is doing what else?
Yeah, I think I'll look that up as well. Yes. Arya's secretly gonna look up Mistress of the Flame as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just do a twofer. Yeah.
Yeah, Arya is going to
2 seconds, I'll come back to you. So for everybody else,
okay.
when he says that, what's everybody else's weigh in on what topics are we cherry picking for the artifact?
Bastille will say, well, I seek anti-abyss armaments, you could say. I wish to equip our armies with the means to resist fire.
I see.
Flame.
Outright. The abyss is not specifically known for fire paraphernalia. Hell may be, but the abyss, no. The abyss is and he kind of
what?
Gestures vaguely, and he goes, it's more of a warping of the flesh.
Wait, so the abyss isn't hell?
No, I've had this conversation every single session you've asked that. Yeah. The abyss is the giant scar on the world that's a massive canyon. And the magic's fucked.
Yeah, I know
we've been there.
That is not hell.
Back.
But it
and
doesn't
we can
lead
tell
to
you
hell,
about being there.
Leading to hell does not make it hell.
Okay, so everything that comes out is from hell.
Well, it seems like the abyssal breach is the thing you might be confusing. Is a doorway into where demons are coming from, and he has at least referred to it as probably hell.
Okay, yeah, that'll do then.
Yeah.
But we've been there, and we have a better idea of what it was actually like when.
What else do you think would be useful for that situation? Did you fight like necrotic shit? Like, how could I arm us to go there?
Because you're the only one here that actually has experience of the abyss. Remember, Crumbar ain't here.
Well, all the creatures near it had all sorts of mutations and such, and there seemed to be a lot of.
Oh shit! Eldritch
things
horrors.
Not going well, and not
going
well as well. And then didn't we kind of fall in something like an avalanche and separated from the others?
Yes, it wasn't so much. There was like a big massive rock slide, but who knows when that happened. When you all jumped in with the paladins, you went in with, you were split off from the other team. Yeah.
Okay. Well, in response to him saying that it's not primarily flames and stuff, I'll say, my research will be for my own reasons.
Nods. He just nods and goes, yes, and perhaps you should look up this Mistress of the Flame business as well if it's pertinent to your interests. He just nods vaguely at that.
Great, cool. I'll do that. I'll go to that section.
Yeah.
Mistress of the Flame. Fire.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And he looks eagerly at Isla and Serene.
Well, there's been a lot of talk of prophecy. And at the moment, we don't really have a second source on the objects in this artifact. I think that would be where I'd like to look first. Any other record or repository of this knowledge?
He nods. Yes, I think that would be quite a good idea to find out if there's any kind of evidence to support the theory that this artifact is indeed real.
Yes.
And he looks to Serene and smiles.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yes, of course, if you wish to help. Buddy up, of course. Yes.
And what will you be?
I'll help.
Thank you, Serene. You would be most helpful.
It's wonderful. And yeah.
What will you be looking for,
Yeah,
Archmage?
And he says, yes, you may call me Rasira. I shall be trying to see if there is any other alternative ways that we can find support in this vast repository of answers and solutions that we could use at the Abyssal Breach, even if only to buy an hour's break for our loyal soldiers to the realm.
And the Great Gold Worm, Crombar's patron.
I kind of let's see. Oh yes, indeed.
Oh, should we? Oh, yeah. Someone should probably cover that on the Crumble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that after.
Yeah.
I'd like.
Okay.
I don't know.
Mhm.
I feel that will maybe be covered by the Eye. I'm not sure there's going to be a book being like, yeah, the location of the Great Gold Worm is.
Paparazzi to get around.
So they just learn how to make the Eye just make windows into other places and just search the place like a grid.
That would be great.
Just search the world bit by bit.
Yeah. I also feel time travel might come up in the Eye.
Oh,
Yeah.
Eremos
Yeah.
goes as well.
Yeah. But we
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
again don't talk about it in front of.
I love how many times you get into situations where like, this guy could be super helpful. What a dick.
I'm such a dick. I was so excited last week, and now I'm like, oh, I don't want you to be my reading buddy.
I love
I
how
want
though,
Serene
like,
to be my reading
you're
buddy.
super excited, but he's like, yeah, I'm here to help with this thing. Can you help with these other things? No. Then fuck you then.
That keeps happening to us.
Poor guy. First couple of days on the new job, he's already hated.
We don't hate him. We just
don't
have
hate
secrets
him.
because we can't
Yeah.
trust him.
He annoys me. I don't like him.
We finally found Serene's limits, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, who wants to go first? Oh.
Roll initiative.
So I'll just help Isla what she's looking at.
Okay, so these are going to be investigate checks. If you have help,
Okay.
you'll have advantage.
Oh goodness.
Can I hit my?
I'm gonna roll badly again?
Nope, I want this done sequentially, so Isla and Serene, you can do yours first. So Isla, do you want to take the lead and Serene can provide the advantage, or do you want to do it the other way around? I'm going to assume the way I said it.
I think you should.
My investigation's
do
not
it.
great.
Mine is
My-
0.
Okay,
So.
I won. My history's really good.
Oh,
And
okay.
my arcana. My investigation, not so much.
That's right. Sorcerer.
Mm.
Okay, so investigation at advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to roll twice.
Are we really far away from each other? Can I guidance everyone?
Yeah, you cannot.
Mm,
This is
14.
okay. Also, there is a toggle for advantage. You know that at the top. It's like it's got.
Oh, yes.
It's okay.
I was looking for it on the thing,
It's okay.
like on the skill. And I was like, I don't know how to do that.
It's okay. We'll do it next time
That
as need
makes
be.
sense.
That's fine.
Yes.
It's the same mechanic, really, anyway, regardless. So yeah, so you get a 14. So you start looking through your particular chosen topic, and does everybody just want to type into a? Where's best for this? Probably. Try to just put it into Roll20 and also just Discord. Who's on what topic? Just do that now. What team's on what topic?
Okay.
That's probably best, just so as we've got it labelled and we don't ever get confused. Mostly me, by the way, so I don't get confused.
We are like prophecy.
Mhm.
I can't spell prophecy. This
It's
is
fine,
terrible,
whatever,
man.
as long as it looks roughly like prophecy, that's fine.
Prophecy, maybe. And artifact.
It's just above.
Oh, I think I had got it right. Sorry, now I can't spell artifact. It's going really well. That'll do.
Dale can pop in his, and I guess I'll type in Resira as well. Yeah. You're thinking of the wording? Is that your struggles there, Bastille?
Yeah. I don't want to just write Mistress of the Flame.
Well, it's not. It's fire immunity and Mistress of the Flame. That's what you're studying, right?
Yeah. I'll put hell generically instead of the Mistress of the Flame.
Okay. Cool. I see you've snuck in the red there as well.
Yeah, I'll if it's a priority list, it's in that order.
Okay.
Hell's under.
Okay, dokes. Yeah. So, as you start investigating, obviously, prophecies, right? You start looking through things, and there's very little that you find, even remotely related to any of the items that were listed as the artifact construction team, right? So, you just don't find any information about a Black Fang Spear, the Rod of Pa, the Eye of Janus. The only thing you've got is some very vague writings about the Astral Hammer and its, initial purposes at securing peace with the dragons. That's the only, you found it in other sections, not under prophecies, obviously, right? So you've obviously, looked up Astral Hammer. Where does that come in? Blah, blah, blah. So you found that. So there's nothing in the Dwarven Library about a prophecy that makes an artifact that seals an abyssal breach. Nothing at all.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I think as you're looking through all that as well, your eyes are glowing very, very blue when you're doing all this.
Sure.
Yeah. For fairly obvious reasons. Okay. Arya, do you want to give me your roll?
Camera.
Okay, so, negation. No luck points left. Whatever it is, this is it.
Roya ain't helping, by the way, just FYI. Pissed off still.
Yeah, I know the bird doesn't count. I clicked the button.
It's okay, just click it again, because if we get to it, it's fine.
No, it's fine.
It's
It
okay.
was an 8. It was bad. I am bad at this,
Okay.
guys. I was raised in a forest. It's a...
Okay.
So, again,
This is not how I'm used to seeing leaves.
there is also just no, the Eye of Janus is definitely not something the dwarves have ever, encountered before. It's just not, right? And obviously, as you start to try and look into, Mistress of the Flames prophecy, the only thing you can find is vague references to the forest that walks will burn.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The forest.
Oh,
and
that's good to have that written down.
Yeah. But that is
forest and what?
the forest that walks will burn, is what it says.
That's what the shell said.
Yeah, it is, and
Okay.
that is,
So that's confirmation of that.
and that's back in the book that was called The Crucible. That was pertinent to fire elementals with that offer.
Yeah.
Dusselin Pebbleborn on behalf of Nurakad Blessed Brand. If you remember that from session 47.
Yeah.
Yup.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. Other books that were mentioned in that session were Animate the Inanimate, Suddenly Pyromancy, Mind Control Protection, Where Is My Mind? And the red is Simply Red. That was joke titles I was considering. I chose not to for various reasons. But that was a book called The Crucible that you found that stuff in, which is vaguely related to things Vishal may have said. Right, next team. Bastiel.
Alright. Guidance.
So this is on the group, right? And yeah, you can guidance yourself for this.
I have guidance as well. Could I have guidance to myself?
I mean, you could have, but we've rolled and you've been revealed to.
Investigation.
Okay, and
It's pretty good.
yeah. Okay, so the you okay there, buddy? You good?
Yeah.
I thought you said wait. I realised it was way. Yeah, there's a book about enduring the possessions of fire elementals. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Remember, there was a lot of stuff about primordial worship in this library that was forbidden because it was against the the Norse style gods, and yeah, so this is someone's research into if you want the benefits of the primordials and the elementals, then you need to accept them as part of you and become them. So that lets the elementals have a foothold in this world, and you gain the benefits of such a thing. But no one has survived that process.
God.
There you go, buddy.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Holy shit. My hands are shaking.
Everything about the Red is he's a bastard. And everything you already know about the Red, let's face it. And, if the dwarfs could get away with it, they would take him out of the picture. If they could.
Is it like a comprehensive, every single race and faction has to say that he's a bastard?
No, just if they got a chance. If they thought there'd be no blowback from it. The main feature why they don't is they're not sure what would happen to other things based on fire. Because they're not really sure how tied to the source of the world's fire he is. So they're wondering, would the volcano die?
Yeah, the one fire elemental in them all.
They don't know how intrinsically tied to that, since the Winter King is like winter itself, and the Mother of Sorcery has that title, right? So they're not sure where the repercussions would stop. And also if it would be a very, very big bang. So there's that. And none of them are willing to bond with fire elementals to get close to it.
Does it say at all how people have attempted to do that?
No, because no one survived it.
Oh, that's a good point. There's probably wouldn't have witnesses.
Yeah, and let's face it, they probably would have started with fire elementals because everybody's stupid. And obviously, most likely, if it's dwarven research, it'll be fire elementals for obvious reasons, and they'd have probably burnt down their labs or their studies or whatever because of this. So yeah, it's a very short-sighted study, is what you're getting from this.
Way.
Okay. As for hell, lots of stuff about Hela. That's it. There's nothing about the hell you are led to believe is the one you're dealing with, right? Because
if I Hela, I guess I would kind of wonder if anyone's historically ever made a deal with her before.
Well, you asked to read up on Hell, as in the one all the demons are pouring out with, and all you're getting is references to Hela and the afterlife. Yeah. So what I'm telling you is you get nothing on what you were looking for with your role. Make sense?
Oh, okay.
But everything is just referring to Hela as the keeper of the afterlife for dwarves, it seems. And there are a lot of interesting additional notes in the books that you've skimmed through, because none of it mentioned Abyssal Hell, and most of it just talks about how it seems like she's not so fussed about other souls that she gets, but they need to be of prowess for her to give a shit. So not everybody makes it to Hela. Yeah, no squirrels unless it's the best hero squirrel, the Aragorn of squirrels, right?
Yes.
Squirrels from Redwall.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody'd fuck with those, to be fair.
Chromatic squirrels.
Yeah, right? Yeah. No, just let's go further. The 5 prismatic squirrels. There you go.
Yeah, the name taken.
So yeah, that's that. Beyond that, yeah, there's what you say.
Amazing. Super.
Indeed. And I think everybody just rushes back to the middle table with all the books that they've got to then get excitedly, share their collective information. And as everybody brings their piles of books back after they've read them in their own private corners, Racira leans in and goes, "It seems we have some bad news, unfortunately." And we end the session there.
Oh.
So, what would you like to call the session? I like Strisstoria, I'm not gonna lie, it's funny. Researcher, yeah. So, here's some insiders on his name. His name was based on the word research and abracadabra.
I got the abracadabra.
Yep, thank you.
I kind of thought that might be the case.
Literally the words research and abracadabra. In fact, see on my notes here, it does actually have the word research and abracadabra on it, just above Racera abradicus. But I really like the name Racera. I think it's a really cool name. Oh dear. There you go. See, names aren't hard, folks, you know? Not if you're brave enough. Right. So, what's our suggestions then? We've got a couple in there. Any of them a winner? I'll just pop that in there because it's a very poignant as well. Human!
Yes.
I mean, that is pretty good as well.
I like that. That's got character.
I mean, just you know how to vote, so I'll leave it to you.
With your wallet.
I was thinking of something, but
I feel like you could add like, or handmade.
yeah, the bit about how he described him, but now I can't remember exactly the words and in the correct order and such.
Some like in-game version of D&D, humans and handmaids.
Human or handmade? Oh dear.
And a mouse squirrel.
Is that like vegetable mineral or is that how it works? Yeah. The 20 questions game. Okay, well it looks like we have a clear winner there. Human!
I think it's the exclamation point that makes it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll pop that in to the tracker. Right, well that was easy.
I initially posted as a joke, but hey.
Right, sometimes it works, you know?
Yeah. Sometimes that's how it happens.
Right, goals.
Ooh.
Let's start from the top, shall we? Use Ardak's resources to find out more about the eye. No.
Nope.
Yeah.
Confirm if the white is trustworthy.
Now.
He knows that Bastiel has done that, but he's not told us.
But also, if we were there was a lot of discussion last time about Patrivangus, and that was our way to ascertain if the white was trustworthy.
Oh, so you think actually ask him?
No. As in, Patrivangus is alive and sick, as we were told, and that confirms that the white was at least telling the truth.
He's fine, and Celeste opened the door to the white. She's like, do whatever you want. So I trust her.
Yeah, I think we were all put together by Celeste, so as soon as like Bastiel tells us about his interaction with Celeste, I think all of us would be trusting the white after that, but that might just be me.
And keep in mind, Bastiel chose what door to go through, FYI. And Celeste didn't tell him which one to pick, merely that he had choices.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I must have misunderstood something that Celeste said then. That's fine. I'll listen, my bad.
So, I would say that you have done nothing to confirm the white is trustworthy, other than, because I mean, you don't even technically know if Pedro just has any clue the white's even in the city. Arguably. I'm not saying he doesn't have any bizarre
we
zombie
need to
brain.
ask him more questions, don't we?
Like, is she just keeping the seat warm, so to speak? No pun intended. You know? Yeah. But that can be reshaped if you want that goal to be rewarded. Learn the artifact's name and use.
Well, we tried.
Not today.
No.
Just the fact that, I mean, keep in mind, you're looking in the dwarf's secret library. It just means they don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe we do that in Anvil.
Because I was going to say, because this is not the internet. Right? It's not global knowledge put into one place.
Are you sure? It's not Google?
Surprisingly, yep. Weirdly. Magna's not quite got to that yet. He's too busy trying to sort out all the shit you keep saying. Why are you not doing this, Magna? Why are you not doing this, Magna? Trying to work on Google. Right. The asking stone. This would be in every village. Go up and just ask the stone.
Yeah.
Okay. Eremos, time traveler, imposter. Nope.
Nope.
Successfully human hybrid. Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Seek info on possibly utilizing Mistress of the Flame. So.
Well, it sounds like the Mistress of the Flame might have some sort of control, judging by what Rasier has told us, on these baddies. So, sounds like it might be useful. She might be useful.
Yeah, whoever the Mistress of the Flame is. He basically said if they're an ally, that's going to be great. Maybe they'll help stem the tide. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go see if I can have a chat with the volcano spirit things.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We might find out a bit more about that when I come back next week.
Yeah. Interesting to see the outcome of that, definitely. So, Bastiel, gain fire immunity, audience with the red. Nope, but I feel like you're getting there. Okay. So
I'll change that one today.
And we've got Crumbar, who has learned how to take Rod of Power for Shal. Nope, not yet. Isla has compare notes with Rasira to gain something actionable.
I don't know. I don't know if he's given us anything.
I mean, I feel like if you don't know, the answer is no, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like what you need to do is you and him need to have maybe like a one-on-one about a specific subject that he will engage with, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what he says next time.
Oh yeah.
Where that goes. Yeah.
His bad news. Yeah.
So I'm happy to, different interpretations of that.
Serena, if you're still with us, find out what plane Justoria is on, if she's on a different plane at all.
Did not work. Did not find out.
No,
but
let's
change it to who has Justoria.
Yeah.
Could be, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you know,
control of her.
It definitely seems like somebody has, right? So.
Yeah.
But now you technically know that somebody said stop meddling with that, so there's clearly something to meddle with, right?
Definitely want to meddle more, yeah.
Yeah.
Would have gotten away with it if not meddling.
And I suppose if we take from Kandir's wisdom, meddling, you see, probably wizards.
I did think of that as well.
Another wizard.
Time travel to my bit.
It's mostly
I'm a vessel wizard that wants to take over.
Oh dear. Also, just don't read into the fact that I sometimes only have so many words in my brain at one time. You know, thesauruses are not my strong suit.
Maybe the small print. Cannot be held liable.
Yeah. Will not. Cannot. Should not. Right. Who's changing goals? What's changing?
I'll change.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else changing goals?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna.
You're gonna build here?
Park. Where is Justoria?
Okay.
And put who has Justoria?
Better yet, how has Justoria?
Yes.
Why Justoria? Yeah.
Why 4?
How Justoria?
Oh dear, what a good scene.
What for Justoria?
Yeah, wherefore art thou?
Which Justoria?
Okay.
I think I ran out of WH questions, guys, sorry.
That's okay. Anyone changing anything else?
We'll track down Fire Elemental too.
Track down's a weird phrasing, but like, I don't know, acquire? Fire elemental, I guess, is good enough, right?
Yeah, acquire.
Like, I'll read into that as the if you summon one and chat to it for 5 minutes, I'll give you it, right? Like, you know, I'll give you like enough of that. Acquire is vague enough that I don't really need to like claim it.
Yeah, good point.
Fire elemental. It really is basically gain audience with fire elemental or have a quick chat with one. Okay, anybody else changing goals? Going once. This includes generals, by the way. Going twice. Okay, goals are done. Moving on. So, wrap up chat time. Callie, do you want to start us off? Because I know you said you were flagging.
Cool.
So
yeah, I do not like the Sarah. He annoys me. He's far too focused on a specific thing. Cannot see how helping Historia or anything else is useful. He's like, no, I'm going to do this one thing. And
yeah, he's clearly like the brown nose up the chain, doesn't he? Yeah.
No, but other things help. But do you not realise that Magna, like, really wants to know what happened? Like, who cares if someone else is working on it?
Yeah.
You would be very appreciative.
Yeah, just you solve everything and then you look great. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm glad we've got Dondravella back, even though she seems a bit annoyed with us. But no
just
reason.
as she's screaming the hallways of Forge.
Just like, you're here!
Just came from the strip bar and you're screaming her name in the streets.
Yeah.
Why would she be annoyed?
I know, right? I want to know more about Patrivangis.
Yeah, cool guy.
Is he happy that the White is in control? Does he going on? Yeah. We have more questions again to ask.
Yeah.
Always more questions.
Yeah, it's kind of my style. It's more of a curse really than anything. It's just a way to write more campaigns on top of more campaigns. Yeah. I'm trying to narrow things down. I even assigned you guys a specific helper.
You did. You gave us a helper who's giving us a very specific thing.
Yeah.
I even bought you 8 hours away from Crumbar. No offense, Scott.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's very handy.
Well, we'll see how handy that was when he's been unsupervised for 8 hours with arse. Yep. Okay. No, good. Anything else, my dear?
Depends how many apples there were in the room.
Arya, do you want to go next for me? Nice segue.
I was just saying, depends how many apples there were. It's easy to distract us. Well, this has been an interesting session because I feel like I'm on the verge of something with the Mistress of the Flame. So I'm really excited about that. Also, really to a bit of one-on-one time with Petrovan just to ask him a little bit about his help and see if he'd like a greater restoration, if that might do something to him.
Nice.
If that gets done, then I have to stay here another day and then commune with Volcano Spirit thing.
I mean, I'm excited to see you talk to Volcano, I'm not gonna lie.
A bit longer, but hey. Well, I'm hoping to just reach out with my magic and just feel that spirit again. And worst case scenario being that I'll be in there and that I would have had to stay overnight again. Oh no, it's always pipped because it's a thingy spell. Yeah, basically worst case scenario, I'll just justify being there by just casting plant growth again.
Yeah, plus I don't think you're going to have to justify much. You have a lot of good favour with Petrovangus, so I don't think it's going to be particularly difficult for you to sit in that room and just chill and meditate for a bit, especially if he thinks it's going to help, grow everything.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try, hopefully get some contact with that thing and see if this entire Mistress of Flame thing can be. But yeah, basically, so this session has given us fuel for stuff to do next session that I'm really excited about. And yes, fire.
Fuel for the Fire would be a good session title.
Nice and warm stuff.
I'm just going to write talk to volcano in my notes, so I don't forget.
Yes.
Question mark. Cool. Okay, yeah, no, good. I'm excited for that. Yeah, be good. Yeah. Bastiel.
Yeah. A lot of important things for kind of impacting where we go from here. I mean, now that we know that the Hydra thing is a prophecy, we can kind of relax on that one, to be honest. I was kind of scared for its life, like any day now. But it's like an ancient prophecy, then fuck it, dude.
Arguably, the older it is, the more dangerous it should be, though, right?
Oh,
that or you've missed it and you need to wait for it to come round again. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I can't. It looks like I can't end up like fireproofing the whole army. Because yeah,
that would have been cool. Though.
I'm really excited. I mean, like maybe I'm the first to survive this thing.
Hey, with a couple of wish spells, you could give them in blocks of 10 resistance to fire.
Ooh.
Remember?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, good one. I'm sure like pretty much next week we'll probably just go into it round 2 in Anvil.
I mean,
and that'll be
that's a lot of progress, you assume. I don't even know if she will leave this library next week. Like, I'll be honest, I'm just gonna put that out there. Like, I can see that because I hope Scott uses this week to think up what the hell he could have done for 8 hours anywhere else in the world. It'll be exciting, especially if he learns where the white volleyed him.
Yeah, that's cool.
But he does have the Eye of Janus, so he literally just could go anywhere. Hence why I'm leaving that part kind of up to him, because he could just decide, I'm gonna just zip zabadoo somewhere else.
Yeah,
you know?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing that. Yeah, just open loads of doors. It's always good.
Yeah.
Good game.
Good. And Isla.
I like that I had exactly the opposite take on the prophecy. I was like, oh gosh, this is really important then.
Yep. Yeah, sometimes confirmation's a bad thing, isn't it?
Yes. Because I do like that as well. Like it's interesting what you do and what you don't find. I feel it's again interesting what the dwarves do know and what they don't know. But considering the artifact prophecy originally, as far as we know, came from the Elven Queen, kind of makes sense that there's not loads of it here. Yeah, I kind of agree with Serene. Rhaenyra, set your teeth on edge a little bit, just a little bit. That kind of smarmy. Oh, you just want to look good for your boss.
100%, right? Yeah.
Job's worth. That kind of vibe. He doesn't want knowledge for knowledge's sake. He wants it because, like, for what it can do for him. And I'm like, excited to have met the king.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, agree. More questions than answers, but that could be a good thing. A no is as valid an answer as a yes.
Yeah, like as long as you can still move forward, I totally agree. Like getting a no from something lets you know definitively that is not the case. Yeah, which is good to pursue. And no massacre from Bastiel this week, which was good.
Stop paying off that debt.
Yeah. Oh dear. I have a number now, but I don't intend to tell you it. I feel like you just need to go about in game working out how that number exists.
I don't know it myself.
Yeah.
And that kind of colour the level of scheme I put together to arrange it.
Yeah.
Like if I think it's then I change everything.
Yeah. I think there'll just be one day where you've killed enough people of high quality that it'll then just one day all the dwarfs will just pop back in, you know, be the blip. And Marvel again. Just everybody unsnaps back in and goes, wait, what? Maybe gift tag saying courtesy of Hela.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting though, however the hell that goes. Like in trading lives. It'll be fine.
I hope it's straightforward and she doesn't give me like zombies.
I mean, I ain't Hela today. Right, so we'll just see how that goes, and we'll like. She seemed fairly straightforward, though, right? So we'll see.
Good.
Yeah. Anything else, Isla?
Nope, that's all from me.
Okie dokies. In that case then, let's not waste too much time because I know we have a flagging member with us. So thank you all for playing. Lots of fun. We'll see what happens next time as well. I'm quite excited for that. And yeah, goodbye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.